everyone. Thank you so much for waiting an extra 3 minutes. I actually really fucking appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of you who are here. My internet is being a doo-doo head. Even though I was charged $70, this is ridiculous, okay? I've called Comcast like 3 times now. Chat will know more than I do. I've called Comcast 3 times now because every time I go live, something happens to my upload and my upload throttles. And it really, really feels like it only happens whenever I go live. And so I'll stop stream. I'll call Comcast. Comcast will reset my router. Aw, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate. They'll reset my router or whatever. And so I actually had a tech guy come out here. They charged me $70 to have a tech guy come out here, but they didn't tell me that it was going to be $70. And the tech guy was like, oh, here's your problem. And he fixed something that somebody who spent the night at my house broke. They literally sat on it and broke it. And then it was like neat. And it's still going on. It's still having problems. But I do have 3 megabit uploads. So if the quality of today's stream is not that great, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best, but it's Comcast, and we all know how Comcast works. Comcast is a meme at this point, right? We
sure do.
So, unfortunately, Comcast was the... see, this is something very different from Texas. In Texas, it's like you get to decide who gives you your power, you get to decide who gives you your gas, you get to decide who gives you your internet, and no one is allowed to tell you, like, no company, no one is allowed to make deals where, like, you have to have this internet. That doesn't fucking happen in Texas. So I get up here and I'm like, cool, how do I sign up for electricity? And they're like, what? And I'm like, okay, how do you sign up? Oh yeah, that's a Texas thing. How do you sign up for gas? And they're like, that's through the city. And I'm like, cool, how do I sign up for internet? And they're like, oh, we have a deal with Comcast. And I'm like, great, I hate Comcast. I live with Comcast for the majority of my life. I want AT&T. Can I please have AT&T? They're like, no, only Comcast.
Yep.
Only.
You don't
and
want
it's
AT&T.
Like, you know, don't miss a lot about Texas. You can have Cox, the biggest in the world. I walked right into that one. I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
You did.
Face first, right into
It's
that.
like watching a train wreck in slow motion. It's just, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
I walked right into that. Nice. Great way to start out the show. Yeah, make sure you follow. I don't know.
We're right back to it.
Well, I feel like I owe everyone a little bit of an explanation because I sent out a tweet talking about my health. I now have the greatest truth for 2 truths and a lie on the face of the planet. I was poisoned by a Russian. I shit you not. That's true. My doctor is Russian, and my doctor misput in one of my prescriptions and essentially doubled a medication. So I had lithium toxicity poisoning. Lithium toxicity syndrome is, I think, the official thing. So, but I'm good now. We're good. So, thank you for everyone for being so patient with me, including you guys, because that was a whirlwind. It was really bad. That's how we're starting the story today. Yeah, I swear to God, I will win every single 2 truths and a lie now because I was actually poisoned by a Russian. It's great.
And we're not saying it was Putin in a dress, but we're not saying it wasn't Putin in a dress.
My favorite part is that my psychiatrist has this like insane, scraggly, obviously box dyed red hair. It's like really fried and like frayed, and it's like, if I saw you on the street, I think you're nuts. But she's actually incredibly smart. She's incredibly smart. But she's one of those like smart nut people, you know? Anyways,
those crazy smart people.
We have a friend. We did not meet the last time we were supposed to meet because we had a friendo go ahead and go to PAX East. How was that, dude?
It was a really good time. You know, I'd say probably a little over a dozen people stopped me to say hi over the course of 4 days, something like that. Which is still really weird to me that people recognize me. Like, I don't know what to do with that. I'm always very thankful, and I am legitimately thankful. But, like, when someone's like, wait, are you are you cosplaying as the help desk guy? Or are you the help desk guy? I'm like, if someone cosplayed as me, I would perish. Like, I do not know what to do with that. Plus, the mask doesn't help, and as far as recognizing goes. And PAX is so far since last year, they've all been fully masked events. So the mask sometimes. Anyway, it was a really good time. I ran the mage team module that I have 5 times, I think, over the 4 days.
Nice.
It was exhausting, but really, really, really awesome. So I am looking forward to doing that more and trying to get out to more places and do more things. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get out to PAX West in Seattle.
Woo.
But they have not listed the dates yet, so I don't know what that means.
So frustrating.
Considering it's usually in September. So
yeah,
and they haven't listed the dates for PAX Unplugged in Philly for 2022 yet, but that's usually December. Like, we have some time, but but if things keep going the way they're going, I have a feeling that they may reach out to me and say, hey, you know, if you'd like to apply, you know, you can absolutely apply to get a content creator badge for PAX West. And if they do that, maybe I'll try to see what flights look like and maybe be silly and be on the left coast for a couple days.
Well, I will say that I was much smaller than I am right now. I think I was at 40,000 followers, and I got a badge to ECCC.
ECCC.
Yeah, Emerald City Comic Con.
Emerald City Comic Con. So I'm
ECQ.
sure I am also going to
Yeah,
apply for. I am going to apply for a creator badge for
Definitely do it.
PAX West, because. So
Yeah,
that'd be
then
really
you get to
fun.
have a hometown con that you only have to go 20 minutes to get to,
I
or
know.
however long. That's the great thing
exciting.
about Unplugged. Not I don't want to gush about it too much, but like Unplugged is great for me because where I live right now, it is a 3-minute drive to a train station and then like a 15-minute train ride into the city, and then I walk like 4 blocks and I'm at the convention center. Like, it cost the travel for 4 days was $18.
Nice.
That is what it cost. Meanwhile, when I was up in Boston, it cost me $100 to park.
Yeah, luckily for ECCC, which is held at the same place, that is held at the same place that PAX West is, we found, like 4 blocks away, I think 5 blocks away, a parking garage that is open to the public, but the main reason why it exists is for this, building, this office building. So like to park on the weekdays is like $18 a day, but to park on the weekends, because they just want to make extra money, because like why wouldn't you make extra money on a parking garage? To park on the weekends is like $6. And so we found that place out, and so we would just park there every so I'll show you where that is.
Is that the place where that's near the I think it's not a Brookstone. It's it's some shopping center. Damn it.
My dad is from Massachusetts. He grew up near Boston, and he said, "You found parking in Boston? No way!" And it's like,
yeah, it was at the convention center. They had a lot out back, and the other pain in the ass, and then I promise I'll stop talking about it. The other pain in the ass, and this is the firstiest of first world problems. So like, it was $25 per entry to park, and you can't keep your car there overnight, right? Or they will tow it. And like, if you leave and come back in the same day, guess what? That's another $25, right? And it's all the way in the back of the like behind the convention center, and the convention center's like 2 blocks deep. So it's like, all right, so I'm gonna park and then walk 2 blocks to the front, stand in line, get inside. It's the end of the day. I've walked 9 miles today around the convention center. I'm now gonna walk 2 blocks all the way back to the back of the convention. You're just exhausted by the end of the day. After 4 days, I walked 35 miles.
wow,
Around the convention center over 4 days.
that's insane.
And that was while running the Arcane Help Desk module several times, where I did nothing but stand in place for 2.5 hours.
Speaking of insane con news, Sphinx has some insane con. Are you allowed to talk about it yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've been advertising it. So
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, ADH Adventures, which is the other group that I stream with. We're going to Gen Con in August. That's going to be really, really cool. Our show, Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, is going to be performing live. I think it's also going to be streamed live at the auditorium. I want to say it's like the second biggest auditorium at the convention, so that's exciting. So that means I'm going to be there. It's going to be great.
That's really awesome, dude.
That's exciting, man.
To say that I performed. I was in D&D with a live audience at Gen Con. Like at Gen Con, like I'm so happy for you, dude.
Right. I'm kind of pinching myself about it. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
And then did Justin? I don't know if Justin or Jack, if you guys had anything exciting going on right now. Justin, I think you're in between projects, right?
Actually, our Extraordinary Expeditions comes out May 13th. So we're really excited for that. We are going to be picking a winner from our live show on Sunday from the audience to receive a complimentary physical copy. So if you want to win some fat loots, come join us at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Someone who
fun,
doesn't
I
have
promise.
dyslexia, do that command, please. I can't even see how I messed it up. Oh, there it is. I switched the I and the T. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check out his stuff. Jack, do you have anything interesting going on with your day? With your life?
I'm on hiatus from content stuff at the moment because I was experiencing a little bit of burnout, but that's fine. But back following that, I'm actually headed to Iceland tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So cool.
I was gonna mention it beforehand when we were having a pregame chat, but it just kind of the conversation was flowing. I was like, I'll do it a bit. But
The conversation went places that
it
y'all
went to
don't
some
wanna know
places,
about.
some more important places than this. But no, I have some friends from Iceland that I met via work a couple of years ago, and I was looking for places to go on a trip to. So tomorrow I'm packing up to London, then catching a flight to Reykjavik, and I will be there for 5 days.
That's pretty
hopefully doing,
baller.
like, some hiking.
That sounds awesome.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. I'm gonna get some cool pictures. I'll send like a picture to you guys of me like on a mountain going.
Please do. Get some black sand.
Oh yeah.
Can you just do me a favor? Can you bring Soup with you? And if you go somewhere really cool, take a picture with Soup.
Oh yeah, I could do that. That's a good idea.
Soup goes on a trip.
Awesome.
That would
Even
be
though Soup's
amazing.
dead and part of a god now.
Yeah, it's non-canon.
It's not
Yeah,
canon.
This is the non-canon adventures of Brook and Soup.
It took me so long to remember that Soup was the turtle's name, and I was like,
thought just
"What are they? Why are they just taking like a can of Campbell's with them over to Iceland?"
That would be
Yeah,
so
I caught up.
funny, though.
Soup for my family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. We're going to go ahead and get started, but I do want to say one thing before we get started. Happy is a dad, and as a dad, he must dad sometimes. So if you see him slipping in and out, pay no mind to the man behind the curtain. It's
Yeah. I'm doing the dad thing today, so I'm not trying to like be disrespectful to Alex. I got stuff to take care of, and sorry.
yeah, it's totally fine. No worries whatsoever. I totally understand. That's life. That's what happens. And I mean, like, of course, being a dad is the most
Word.
important. Anyways, you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
So,
Let's do
when we last... All right, hang on. 14 minutes. Cool. When we last left our adventurers a couple of weeks ago, it was actually quite a good stopping point. You had just come across Lillington, which is a small farming town that is built into kind of the side of a mountain, the beginnings of a mountain, that use the natural rainwater coming off and snow water coming off of the mountains to constantly irrigate the lilies that grow, that create I just remember what we did last session, that grow to create the majority of the health potions that exist, honestly. It is very detailed what life lilies need, which is constant running water is what they need, and it's very detailed what lilies need, and they are receiving it from the runoff of the mountain. You were immediately stopped by Royal Guard in a kerfuffle of a way because you had a giant with you, half hill giant, half frost giant Buntus. After a little bit of confusion and a little bit of a standoff, Jasir, the man with dreads that has little beads and gold embedded in his dreads, in his silken royal purple robes, steps out and introduces himself to all of you, taking a keen interest in the fact that Buntus is the uncle of the Jarl of the Giants, which is a quite interesting little thing for him. He then, at the behest of the guards, decides to introduce you himself to Aurora, the de facto leader of Lillington. There's no real leader, but everyone just kind of listens to her and she makes all the decisions. Introducing yourselves, you all realize that you are all acquainted with the one, the only, the infamous Liu. Liu has not told her of your arrival, nor told her that there was going to be a giant along with you. But she is adorned in an assortment of very heavy but beautiful plate armor. She is missing her left arm, if you'd remember, and she also has her hair is a crown of hair around that encapsulates her head. She proceeded to offer to buy you a drink at the Church of Boozy, which is a brewery and winery that is in the city. After she removes her armor because it is incredibly heavy, and she thought that she was going to be fighting a giant again. You all accepted her invitation, and Jasir accepted that his job was done, and before he, I almost spoke in French, partir, which is leave. Before he left, he offered you an outstanding invitation with you and Buntus to the capital, Thornfell, to produce this seal that he gave you, which is the Royal Seal of Corinne, to any of the royal guards guarding the castle, and you would be brought in for a drink for tea on him. I believe it was tea. That
Sounds
was
right.
something, and he was particularly interested in hearing of Buntus's tales and possible schematics of the frost giants who repeatedly kind of break the truce that's supposed to be going on right now, break the peace that's supposed to be going on, and they say they're insurgents and they're not under our command, but it's just very clear that they're under their command and like going and raiding villages. Anyways, with that, Aurora went ahead and sauntered her way inside in order to get changed, thoroughly both amused and annoyed at Liu's antics, and you all were going to head northward towards the mountainside, where you can see a larger building, larger than most of the buildings. It looks like it was maybe a barn that had been converted into some sort of a distillery. You can see behind it there are these large brass almost columns that are used in fermenting and distilling of mead and beer and stuff like that. And also alongside of that, you can see sort of to the side, there are several large, very large, like 8 feet across, 8 feet in diameter, almost like buckets. And you know these as where people would, of course, as a classic, stomp grapes to mill out the skin. You see probably 4 or 5 of those on the side. And yeah, that is where you begin. You begin your quest. Let me get my notes up. You begin your quest at the House of Boozy.
Brick is very interested in process of making boozy.
Yeah, so as you approach, you probably see a handful of elf men, elf women, just a handful of elven descendants. They are hard at work sifting out the skins and scraping them off of the grate that they were on. A few of them are also checking on the barley and the stuff inside of the large columns, the large brass not objects. What word is this? What word am I thinking of? The large brass cylinders. We'll go with that. What did you say?
Still? I mean, if they're distilling, then it's a still.
Okay.
If it's for
the large brass stills, and there seem to be 4 or 5 of them. They look like they're probably all like brothers and sisters or something.
Good question for you. He kind of nudges one of them, interrupts him. He says, "You making boozy, right?"
Oh god! And he sits back on his butt and kind of scoots away as he stares at Buntus.
I will.
Don't worry about Buntus.
He is with us. He has a friend.
Buntus, can you go over there? I tried to get recipe. He just kind of shoos him away.
I don't think he needs to go anywhere. I think we just have to explain that he is not a bad giant.
He's scaring away.
We've met Aurora.
Recipe to Brick.
Now, hold on. We've met Aurora, and she has asked us to meet her here for some drinks after she takes her armor off. So, Buntus is fine, I promise. This is Buntus.
He is the nicest guy.
Okay, well...
We understand your trepidation.
Well, as for a recipe, according to the rules of boozy, all alcohol is for all of mankind, and therefore all recipes are posted in the church for viewing at any time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Can you point me to way to temple?
He literally points to the barn next to him.
And as soon as he does, Brick just dash through. He's pulling out his dusty old. It looks like his cookbook, but it's clearly just drinks. And he busts it out and he starts running. And he's really excited. You see kind of a big grin on his big toothy, tusky grin as he's dashing towards. He's really excited.
Ooh, correct me if I'm wrong, because my memory's terrible and it's been a while. I believe when we first got here, I had asked if there was a leather worker, and you were like, "Oh, he's that way," and I was like, "I'll meet you guys at the bar." I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I believe
I'm
so.
caught
Actually,
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I watched
I
the
just wanna make
last
sure I was
15
caught up.
minutes of the show just to make sure. Yes.
That is excellent prep.
Okay, I was just making sure. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry.
But yeah, so that he dashes off to figure out the secrets of boozy.
But Badru, my friend,
Yes.
are you all right? You seemed a bit. What's the word? Twitterpated a moment ago. Have you got your wits? Have you got your wits together?
Yes, I am. I was quite. What is the word I'm looking for?
I heard it's Twitter-pated.
Twitterpated is a word. Yes, it is not a word that I enjoy using, although it is also very apt. I was quite captivated. There we are, captivated by Lady Aurora. She is quite a lovely woman.
Yeah, just want to make sure you're all here.
Oh yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. I cannot speak to what I may be when she returns. But for the moment, yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Oh, well, if this tavern is if this church of boozy is similar to the one that we were in back in back in Yao, then it's going to be, well, let's just take our time.
Yes, I should not be allowed to drink.
So,
I do not know what will come out of my mouth if I'm in her presence drinking again.
We'll look after you, brother.
As
Thank
you all enter into the barn, you actually see that because it's a barn, because it's like it looks like a barn that's been converted.
Mm-hmm.
If he ducks through the door, Buntus, he's not gonna have a chair. He's gonna have to sit on the floor. But Buntus can actually like fit inside.
Ooh. Buntus, maybe give us 1 second to announce, so that to let folks know, so that there isn't an accidental panic. I don't know how many people are inside. Just give us 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You enter into the barn, and the first thing that you are immediately hit with is just the pungent smell of you know the smell of like frothy beer, like the very specific of like a sour. Like that's
Yep.
the kind of smell that you're hit with, is like that sour beer smell. And kind of in front of the door, there's this hanging sign, and on it is an Elvish inscription, if there are anyone that reads Elvish.
I do not.
Does anyone read Elvish?
Who wants to learn nasty language?
Wow, no one knows Elvish. So there's an inscription. You can clearly see that it is like a quote of Boozy, like it's a Boozy quote. But there's an inscription up in Elvish. There are several like seats, kind of. There's kind of several tables and seats. There's a bar section that has tap. It has a lot of kegs and stuff like that. But there's also like the rafters where hay would be stored.
Mm-hmm.
That section actually is actually about head height for Buntus, and there are actually tables up there, and they look like they're more like boothy kind of booth things. But there's not really many people in right now. It kind of is midday, and you would assume that most of them are working. There's a little stage off to the side of the bar that is kind of empty, and the whole place is inundated with like brass and burnt orange and like warm colors. It's very warm in here. It's almost what you would think of like fall. Like it feels very fall in here, even though it is spring.
About how tall is the stage?
The stage is only like 1 or 2 feet up off the ground.
I was hoping it'd be tall enough for Buntus to use as like a bench.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's all right. Yeah. So so there's only a couple of folks in here.
Yeah. So you see that there's like a couple of elves that are they were probably like some of the ones that were outside that went inside. You like kind of recognize them. They're cleaning out glasses, and like they have like 50 glasses in front of them, 50 tankards in front of them, and they're just like cleaning them out, getting ready for the night. And kind of sitting behind the bar, reading a small book. You see someone who looks kind of like an elf. He has very elven features, but his skin is much warmer and peachy orangier than you would ever have imagined. And he has like very long, almost like the same length as my hair, where it's like kind of like mid-long. But it's like this beautiful auburny orange color, like the most beautiful like fake ginger you had ever seen. And though you've never quite ever seen an elf with that color hair before, it's like,
All right. So, and that's the barkeep, or
Yes.
Standing where the barkeep might stand.
Yeah. He is standing where the barkeep might stand.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to the barkeep.
as you walk up to him, something that strikes you is that his eyes are a brownish color, like brown, but like a very deep amber brown. And as he looks at you, he closes his book and says, "All right, well, it's a little early now, isn't it?" I'm
yes,
just
it is.
kidding. Every all time is every time. It's good for a drink. What do you want?
Fair enough. Well, first, my name is Chiron Riddermark, and I'd like to introduce myself and my traveling companions.
Hello.
But one of the other reasons why I wanted to come and speak to you immediately is we have another among our party standing outside, and we wanted to warn everyone before we had him come in. You see, he's half frost giant.
Oh my.
The other half is hill giant. We've already had a conversation.
Oh my, that's
Yes, we've already had a conversation with Aurora, and she's going to be meeting us here shortly for drinks. So his presence in town is quite all right, but we didn't want to cause a panic if we had him just simply follow us in and have people scream, "Oh no, it's a giant!" They're going and pitchforks and the torches and the hay and the whatnot.
well.
Mass hysteria kind of thing.
Indeed. So we thought that we'd let you know before asking him to. We didn't want to leave him waiting outside either.
Right.
Well, as long as it's not a rabbit folk and my children incessantly feel the need to pet him, it's perfectly fine with me.
Excellent. Again, just looking out for everyone.
I understand. My name, well, everyone here just calls me Faye. Or Faye Man. Or Faye Man. Faye Wild Man. Whatever you wish.
It's very nice to meet you.
Chiron looks very contemplative.
So
And
go ahead.
I do have Sathrin, but Dom left Sathrin in the car. Like
Oh.
the hat that I usually wear is out in the car. Whoops.
So, feel free to bring your little friend, well, I guess not little. A frost giant and a hill giant. I actually didn't think that would ever happen. That's
Apparently
interesting.
neither did his parents.
This is a wonderful love story.
It is. It's quite touching.
well, we here at the Church of Boozy love stories, so bring him on in. It is all right.
Oh, will do. Can I cast message to Buntus?
Yeah.
Buntus, it's Chiron. You're free to come inside.
Oh god, that's terrifying. And
Fair.
then you see the barn doors like slide, and he's like, "Ugh," and he like stands back up, and he like closes the barn doors. He's like, oh, it's kind of like Limbo. he
Oh, yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
he comes in,
All right.
and
Take it easy, young man.
Faye kind of looks at him and says, "And I thought I was the strangest one to walk into these parts. It seems I've been beat."
You are strange. Why would you be the strange one?
Because I'm not from around here at all, anywhere.
Oh. Where are you from, if you do not mind me asking?
He kind of looks at you and he's like, the Feywild. That's why my name is, that's why they call me the Fey Man, is because I'm...
Okay, that makes sense. I thought that was your actual name. I apologize. I misunderstood.
Oh, no, it's quite all right.
That is intriguing. You are from the Feywild. That is beautiful. I've heard lovely things about that place.
It can be lovely. It depends on who you're talking to and where you go.
My kind are generally not welcome.
Your kind are frowned upon in some parts and celebrated in others. You would be quite surprised.
I will have
That is
to.
a thing.
Indeed.
Anyways, Aurora normally sits in the rafters. If you would like to go ahead and take a booth up there, I'm sure she will be with you in a moment. I will go ahead and bring her favorite drink around.
Oh, fantastic. Will our friend be able to join us in the rafters? Or might he be too large?
I think he like looks
He
at
could
me.
probably stand and just be near the table, right? Like with his, is it near the back of the wrap or near the?
Yeah, it's like wrapping around that outside like a U. Like, yeah, if you just
Okay.
pick one of the ones that are a little more narrow, I would assume he could join in on the conversation.
All right.
Excellent.
About how long?
Go ahead.
How long do you think it would take them to Brick to acquire the secrets of Booze? It feels so dirty to say that.
The secrets of
Secrets
Booze.
Secrets.
So, one of the things that is just you would just know. I'm just going to read the excerpt from my page on Boozy. The Bible of Booze. This is a real thing.
Yes.
Boozy believes everyone in the universe, no matter what race, class, bloodline, should be able to enjoy the joy of being drunk. Such as he bestowed upon the world this book, which is the Bible of Booze, which is a breakdown of the brewing/distilling of 6 chosen alcohols: wine, ale, mead, whiskey, rum, and absinthe. So it is kind of like a well-known thing that you don't keep secrets whenever it comes to like brewing alcohol. It is all public domain, readily available. You just ask and you will be told the secrets. And typically what happens whenever you go into a house of Boozy is that they have their own personal Bible. And it has all of the information about their distilling process in that Bible, and then if somebody wants to look at it, they just have to ask for it, and then you look at it.
Now,
Okay.
that's a religion
So-
I can get behind.
Yeah,
Ale
right.
man.
Ale man. So once Brick has time to process this, he will share any recipes that learned. He once found a wonderful mixture of owlbear juice that makes for a fragrant whiskey, and so he happily includes that in there. Would you call it the Boozy Bible?
The Bible of Booze.
The Bible of Booze. So he'll add. Does he just write in there, or
Yeah.
does it have to pass? Okay, so he'll add his own little recipes before returning to the group, and you can decide when he finishes up with all that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, could I get a clarification on the term owlbear juice?
Yeah, is it made from
Um,
real owlbears?
A part of them.
Ah,
I would like to move on now.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
done
motion
with
to
this
move
line
on.
of questioning.
So, anyways, as you guys proceed to make your way up into the rafters, you see the barn doors open once again, and a crown of hair appears with her golden deep skin, and now she is adorned in. For someone who runs a town, it's quite simple. It's quite simple. It's more of a white and blue dress. She has no corset. She has nothing really restraining her. It's very loose and flowing. And she is wearing work boots. Actually, nothing too pristine, nothing too nice. Not much jewelry besides just like a small golden necklace. And she sees you up at her booth and smiles and proceeds to go up the rafters, or go up into the rafters, nodding at Buntus as she makes her way past, and taking a seat with all of you.
well.
You
good
said all of you.
afternoon
Does that
again.
all? Does
Yeah,
that mean
we'll just
Brick is there
assume
now?
that you're like there now.
Well, good afternoon again, Lady Aurora.
Yes, this is a much more comfortable way to parlay.
I can imagine.
You look very nice.
I do enjoy a good
Looks.
party.
She chuckles.
Chiron just gives him the look.
She
Just like,
chuckles.
you're-
She chuckles and
adorable.
she says, "Thank you very much." Now, my understanding is Liu has sent you. Can I be filled in on exactly what Liu has sent you for?
'Tis a bit of a tale.
Oh boy.
What? I do not have tail.
That is not the kind of tale he is talking about.
Oh, okay, I see this thing.
He's talking about a story.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Go on, Chiron. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to?
Oh no, I am I am no, I don't think that I should be the one to say much of anything at this point in time.
Chiron is trying very hard to not break. Well, we were sent on an errand. Some of it doesn't matter. What absolutely does matter is that he kind of conspiratorially looks around, looks like down over the ledge.
Bunches looks at his feet.
But we have very recently come into the care of a viable dragon egg.
I'm sorry, what?
An egg
I-
of a dragon.
A viable dragon
Viable.
egg.
You see literally no emotion pass over her face. Okay. Go on.
And this egg seems to be under something of a curse.
Oh.
And we believe that if we can cure the curse, this will be the dragon will be born to be a silver dragon.
Mm.
As opposed to one of the bad ones.
We think probably a black dragon,
That would
If-
be very bad.
if the curse stays during until after the hatching. So Liu sent us to see if we could entreat upon you. We need a crystal of pure good.
Right, okay.
And he said
Hold
that
on
you
a
would-
minute. Just one moment.
Oh boy.
I see like a little twinge.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know it's a dragon's egg? How do you know that it's viable and alive in there? And how do you know that it's cursed?
We're
Saji
smart
just
people, I
looks
think.
at Brooke.
Everyone looks
that's
at
exactly-
Brooke,
Everyone looks at Brooke.
and she just like side eyes Brooke. Would you like to contribute to the conversation now?
Yeah.
It's okay, you can tell her.
Okay. First of all, hi, Brooke.
Hello.
This is the first time I've really properly spoken in your presence. Pleasure to meet you.
It is.
Resident dragon communicator.
Okay.
I've spoken with the dragon,
Yes.
and that's how we know.
You've spoken with a dragon that's inside of an egg and growing.
Mm-hmm.
How did you speak to a
It is
dragon inside of an egg? Did you yell?
Wish I could tell you. Wish I could
With
tell
words, foolish woman.
Oh boy.
Fool it, Ixnay on the. I can't.
She like
Please.
literally.
She doesn't know. She does not understand how talking works, I think.
Oh,
She
damn it, Brick.
literally looks at Brick, and Brick, you have never like seen somebody like look at you like this before. It is that I will fucking kill you look.
you. Oh my god.
She is like, don't
Yeah.
don't try. It's
Yeah.
like, don't try me look.
He offers
Try,
up.
Jesus. Don't try
Would you
me,
like-
because I fight.
Would you like snack? And he offers her a dried out finger jerky.
I would.
Brick.
Please forgive our friend here. He can occasionally be, what's his word? Tactless.
That's a word.
That's a word.
The word,
That's a word.
yes.
It is a word.
But
Did not
to
know
answer
this
your
word.
other question,
Telepathically.
yes. They share a telepathic bond.
Okay. And we're sure that this is truth, and we are not being lied to or manipulated or deceived.
Very sure.
That is correct.
To the best of our ability.
Yes.
Okay. How did you get a dragon's egg?
That is a very interesting story.
You see, there was this Nilbog.
Yes.
I'm sorry, did you just say a nilbog? And like no emotion again. Did you say a nilbog?
Yes, it's dead now.
And we're
Yes.
sure that there is no trickery going on with a nilbog?
Well, the Nilbog is dead.
Yes. We
Oh.
Now.
we killed
I
it.
guess
We
it
fed
could
it
be
a hag's-
pretending.
We fed it a hag's eye and it expired. Quite messily, actually.
The nilbug, not the hag's eye. Although I guess the hag's eye would expire
Yes.
inside the nilbug as well.
It was
perhaps.
quite gross.
It was gross. You would not have
So
wanted
yes,
to see that.
like when I said this was a long story, I was not simply being impatient. There were a lot of steps along the path that brought us to your town. And one of them was find hag, kill hag, feed eye to Nilbog, kill Nilbog. And this Nilbog was holding court among a bunch of goblin kin and goblinoids on top of this egg.
Which I think
that
it was also attempting to cook, maybe?
Not sure.
No,
But
I
it
was
was-
doing cooking, I think.
Unsure.
It was incubating, I think, right? Like it
Maybe.
was only
Very possibly, yes. That sounds about right. That sounds more correct.
And so, we took care of the Nilbog, and then we realized what this egg, and Chiron kind of gestures to like the vague size of the egg, and thought that it would be best to not leave it out in the wild, and brought it back to Yao, and asked. We were having some discussions with excuse me, with Liu and also Xander, and they suggested that we come to you for aid in this quest.
As you might have some idea as to where to procure a crystal of pure good if you did not, in fact, have one yourself.
Because we have it under relative authority that if that crystal is the first meal the newly that the hatchling ingests, it will clear the curse.
Yes.
Under whose authority?
You're going to do the thing, aren't you? You might have
The hat's authority.
The hat is alive.
And this is the first
Rick
time
laughs
that
at
you've
him.
really seen. This is the first time you've really seen emotion on her face. Just the hat's authority.
I have told you, my friend, she doesn't understand communication.
We're
We're piling
Unless she
so
asks you
much
to
on
repeat
her for
yourself,
like a
that's
first meeting.
Talk to hat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is
We have a
we're
dragon eggs
oversharing.
that's cursed. We also have a hat that's smart. It's kind of our boss. I
Talking
don't know.
hat.
It's like a Charlie's
Oh my
Angels
God.
thing. It's hard to
not our boss.
It is not Charlie.
No,
We're oversharing.
no.
Well, she asked the
That
question,
doesn't-
and so
this
that was
doesn't
the
understand
answer,
communication.
you know.
This is Sathrin. Sathrin is an intelligent, to the best of my knowledge, an intelligent artifact. Has been around for the better part of a few thousand years.
She like
If you'd like,
looks
you
at
can-
Brooke again. She's like,
If you'd like, you can say hi.
say hi.
With your permission, I could place Sathrin on your about your person, and you could converse.
Converse with it, yes. Does Sathrin have a gender, or are they them?
They
them, they them.
They them.
That was bad. That
Or
was
not.
totally bad. You asking.
Yes. No. And that.
I
Totally
will-
up to you. No pressure.
I will converse with the jingly hat.
The sentient hat.
The sentient hat with several bows and a pinwheel on it.
Indeed.
It's very festive.
Festive, yes.
Yes, that's a word.
Sathrin, would you like to meet Aurora?
Sure, I don't mind.
Fantastic. And that was all out loud, so I'm sure Aurora's like, this motherfucker. But and just very, very chill, very slow. Just, whoop.
You'll get used to that.
She
Maybe.
doesn't she kind of places it on her afro.
Yeah.
Like just places it gently on her afro.
Mhm.
And you see, well, tell me about how you know about the dragons. She starts. This is.
Why is she not talking, my friends?
Because she is having a quiet conversation with Satan.
And
She snaps to you and says, because this is how communication actually works.
yes.
Brick, buddy, this is
He
not
leads
the
into-
first
he
time
leads-
you've been present for telepathic communication.
Yes, I know, but it's still strange. It's non-natural.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Don't you think?
mean,
No, I'm kind of with
what
you on
is
that. It's
natural
weird.
to the spider might not be natural to the fly either.
Mm.
She
What the
takes
hell is
off-
Badru talking about?
She
This
takes
is a
off
metaphor,
the hat
my friend.
and hands it back to Chiron and starts fixing her hair really fast. And she's like, She
We are quite odd, and I am very well aware.
she knows where she is. That's. She said something. I asked her how she what. Sathrin actually already knows where the crystals are.
Oh,
Roughly.
Fucking hat.
I put the hat back on. I put Sathrin back on and say, Sathrin failed to mention that.
I am a hat and nothing more.
You are a bit more than a hat, my friend.
It's just so this is an interesting impasse here.
Impasse?
oh dear.
I told myself that I was not ever going to go back to that place, and I was never going to send anyone back to that place. Because that I had made the trip several times before for several entities. The Queen, I had made entities for the judges of the dwarves. I've made it for the gnomes. And finally I was going to make the plunge one more time, and it was like any other time, except this time it wasn't. And that was the end of my adventuring days, and the end of my arm. And that was
I'm
the
quite
day
sorry
that
to hear that.
I stopped dual wielding a long sword.
Well, that's impressive.
That is very impressive.
I am very
You are quite impressive.
I
Why
am.
is
You
that
are
not a
very-
feat?
Now, I'm. Liu knew that I was not privy. I was not going to dole out this information willy-nilly. Therefore, she sits back, kind of puzzled. If you all, Buttus included, could do something for me, something that I'm afraid I'm unable to do, it would give me it would give me the time to seek out Liu and ask if what you say is true. And if Liu says it is true, then I will believe you, and a favor for a favor, as they say.
What is
My
it that you
sole
would have us-
concern. Well,
Oh, go ahead.
also that, but my sole concern is that we are on the clock, as it were, for when the egg is to hatch. So, I'm not trying to be so gauche as to say only if it doesn't take too long. That is not what I'm getting at. It's just that if, depending upon the length of time of the errand, it may be a moot point.
If it takes too long, we're gonna die. So like a quick task, ideal. Thank you.
If you're stealthy, it won't take too long. Well, if you're
We're
stealthy and
screwed.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Brick can be quiet.
Okay. Well,
Can you, Brick?
When? When?
Can you, my friend? Can you?
It's like, I can do this thing.
madam, by all means, regale us.
to the
I can
northwest.
see Brick doing that thing that kids do, where they're like, "I'll be quiet then," and then he just doesn't speak for the rest of the day. We like, need him to say something, and he refuses.
I'm proving a point.
Well, now, to the northwest, there is a small settlement of frost giants, and they, for some reason, do not like it that we use the water, that runs down. So they will create barriers and blockades. They'll create essentially dams or dikes that stop the water from running, and it seems that I have to go clear another one out. I am the only person who can clear them out, because I am the only person who could take on a giant if a giant were to come upon me. However, you have a giant. She looks at Buntus and he says, "Do you know the people to the northwest that like to block the river, the flow?" Bunches is like, like, you mean like kind of on the mountainside where it's a little bit more flat and the flow's a little bit slower? And she says, "Yes, them. Yeah, they're weird. That's a lot coming from me.
Weird how, my friend?
They will sometimes, make, like, concoctions. Sometimes they'll bring gifts for my uncle to, like, try to win his favor, but the gifts are, like, they're dishes that don't make any sense. They put food together that shouldn't be together, like snow apples and fish. They're weird.
That sounds delicious. I do not think that is a problem.
It definitely sounds odd. It also sounds like it could very well be delicious, but it is definitely an odd pairing choice.
Wouldn't Brick know whether this is actually a delicious delicacy or just some random garbage that a inept chef has tossed together?
I would say with the amount of knowledge that you have about snow apples, which is like basically none because this was the first time you ever saw them was a few days ago. I would say that there's a potential, but there's also a potential that it's shit. But there's a potential.
We must find out for sure, I think.
Buntus, do these you said that they attempt to curry favor with your uncle.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
they kind of like me.
They like you.
As in, like you, or
Like they
like
want.
you, like you.
Like, you know how sometimes, if somebody wants to, like, if a guy wants to date your sister, he'll become friends with you so that you can, like, get to your sister? That kind of thing.
Sure.
And Aurora goes,
So-
but you could entertain them.
Yeah, I take it they're not aware that you don't really have much influence with your uncle?
No, they're not aware of much. I gotta be honest.
That says something.
When you say that they're not aware of much, yes, I think I'm picking up what you are saying. Does that entail that they are not very smart at all?
And I'm half hill giant. No.
Oh.
Well, this should be interesting.
And they're frost giants.
They're frost giants. Oh yeah. They're just everyone's got weirdos. That's them.
Not to interrupt the
My
flow too much.
experience.
I was gonna say, have I made it to the leathersmith worker yet?
Oh yeah, I was gonna do that after this, just so that you had time like with your daughter and stuff. But
She's watching cartoons, but I can wait till after. It's not a big deal.
okay, cool. His if I'm supposed to be like helpful and stuff, you know, we could do. If,
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
Yes, please.
Well, Brick, I know Brick's pretty strong, but I mean, Brooke's pretty
Brick
strong.
mighty. like
Is
Brick.
mighty, but Brooke's pretty strong too, and the two of you have magic. The three of you have magic. So what we could do is me and Brick could go to them and say we're paying a visit from my uncle, and we want the recipes, and then we can distract them.
I can do this thing.
That could be
I can do this
a very good plan.
We can do this.
Sharon, what
I
is
think we got
what are
this.
your thoughts on this?
Aurora's excited at him. Are you sure you're half hill giant? Because that was very clever. He's like, huh? Yeah, I'm half hill giant.
See, Buntus is good people.
Bondus is great, people.
I have question for everyone.
What
So,
say you, Brick?
if Buntus and I go do this thing, we will be alone, yes? Might I suggest a chaperone?
That Chiron just loses it.
That's very, very grown up of you to suggest, Brick. Thank you very much.
Well, the reason my concern, my friends, I am not how do you say good with words, though at least I know how to communicate, and he looks
She
Yeah,
does
roar.
this. She does this.
He says, but
You get used
I
to
know
him.
that between me and Buntus things can get confusing. But obviously we need chaperone. Would Cedrin want to maybe join us? I bet if it is on Buntus's head, Buntus be even smarter.
I get that.
Just thought. We make plan, but just idea, I think.
We'll take it under advisement.
That sounds like no.
No, it's it's not a no. We need. I just want to make sure before we even get to that point that currently the idea is you two distract the frost giants while the rest of us go and break the dam. Is that what we're talking about? Like looking at
Yes.
Buntus. Was that your idea?
Yeah, guys. Yeah. What do you think?
It's not a
I
bad
think
idea.
good idea.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't know how they're gonna break dam without these. And he flexes. But we can make distraction, I think.
Yeah.
We can.
I said with these fire.
I think we may manage. And he a sacred a
sacred
very
flame.
cool looking flame. I think we'll manage.
Only pull out
Aurora
enough
goes-
to win, Badru.
Oh, right.
You put the sacred flame, and she goes, Azamar. And chuckles to
Yes.
herself. Chuckles to herself. You're always so showy. It's a trait I've seen in many of you.
Oh,
No comment on the tiefling?
Well, a tieflings mostly just want to stay out of sight, where most Azamar feel like they have something to prove. You have nothing to prove to me. I already think you're a good person. And strong and capable.
Ah! That's what she thinks.
Badru.
3 shades.
Yeah, 3 shades of red. Oh, thank you. That is very, 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 very kind of you. Very kind of you to say.
So, gentlemen, please do not start igniting flames within a fucking barn made out of fucking wood.
Oh, it's fine.
And she gets that deadpan
Right.
face,
Oh,
we are
it's-
smart. It'll be okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I was. Yes, of course.
Buntus, I have to say I'm quite impressed by your idea. Now I am intrigued. Do you often have ideas like this? Is this something you are prone to? Sort of sparks. And Buntus is I mean, sometimes I have fun ideas.
Speak true, Buntus.
Yes.
One time
It's okay.
One time we were trying to... You guys know what Remoraz is? I think I've explained to you what Remoraz is. Well, one time we were trying to get these Remoraz babies, and I had noticed that whenever they were playing with each other, they would oftentimes flip each other over. They try to flip you. So I was like, hey, flip them over, because they had seen them do it. And then we did it, and then it worked, and that was the first compliment I ever got. And one of the only
Aw.
ones. I think it's sad again. But yeah, fun fact:
that was a very smart idea.
if you flip a Remoraz baby over, it can't get back up on it. It has a hard time. It flops around.
Excuse me.
He gets really clammy, and you can hear the phlegm in his throat. And he's like, ah.
Oh, it's
and,
fine.
Aurora's just staring at him. We'll have
He's a good kid.
conversations. He is. I can tell. He would be a nice ally.
We think so too.
I also feel like he would be extremely useful when trying to spread seeds in a field. A wide range.
He spreads seeds when I garden. Very nice.
That's
peaceful.
very nice. You garden.
Of course. You cannot be chef and not garden. It's
She-
half the job.
She gets a little smile. Tell me, what do you grow in your garden?
Oh, I like to grow a variety of things. Obviously, the most given would be things like tomatoes and potatoes, corn, the normal ingredients. I also find delicious mushrooms. Those are a bit of a problem sometimes because some people, it make them sick. But with tough heart, it do good. But personal favorite, no. Don't tell family I said this, but my personal favorite is the extremely spicy chili peppers. They really do wonderful for the sinuses. It's wonderful stuff, I promise.
They are not bad.
Rick, my friend, at some point I am going to have to introduce you to my grandfather. I think you two would get along.
Badru, I agree. From what I've heard, the few words that you have said about your father, I have much respect for him. Maybe someday you earn the same respect, I think.
She's like, well, I grow
Well,
ginger and rosemary, mint,
Garlic. I mostly grow spices. Because spices are the most important part of a meal. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And she gives you this smirk.
Of course, spices are important, but you need to prepare the food well too. It's more than just spices. But yeah, definitely that is starting point, I think. But it requires a. You don't just give anybody hammer to forge sword. You know what I mean? You know metal go in heat. You know you use hammer. Cooking the same. Everybody knows you need recipe. You need ingredients. But you can't just have anybody toss it all together. No, you don't do that. Bad stuff.
I think that in both cases, temperance is needed. Experience. If you give a person a hammer and show them how to use it, then they will, of course, become better at the thing.
Badru.
One can become better at cooking, and one can become better at making a sword. Yes?
Badru, excellent advice. Was that from your grandfather as well, I think?
More or less from my own experience.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It was good.
Positive.
Okay.
Granted, it would be something that he would agree upon.
Excuse me.
I see.
Brick,
Well, thank you for advice. Very good.
Brick, I must be honest, that is probably the least stupid thing you have said all day. All right, gentlemen.
I think she just gave me a compliment.
Yes, she did.
It looks confused.
If you wouldn't mind, I need to have a conversation with a certain Dragonborn.
Sure.
Go ahead and, it's quite easy to find where they are. Well, it sounds like Buntus knows where they are, but you simply follow the stream up the mountain. I hope you're ready for a hike. You follow the stream up the mountain.
Yay.
That's where you will come across a few huts, a few hutches. There's like 3 of them, I believe, that live there.
I do love hikes.
I am sure.
But hopefully it won't be anywhere cold this time.
As you ascend the mountain, it will most definitely become more and more chilly. Have fun.
Chiron, you may want to bring a coat.
I am never getting rid of my coat.
Have fun,
Ever.
gentlemen. I am going to go yell at an old man. And she.
He probably. As she's like, it's like he earned it. As she walks
He
away.
did.
It was very
indeed.
nice meeting you.
As she goes down, the Faye is coming up with the drinks, and she just whoop, takes one off. He's like, "I want that glass back."
All right. Now, this is our most proprietary, our most famous beer. It is a sour of sorts, except it has snow apple in it, which grows on the mountain. You probably already know that. I'm probably repeating things you already know. All right, here it is. The drinks are, of course, on Aurora. They're not on me. They're on Aurora. And
Excellent.
he turns over to Buntus and goes, "Large man, I had absolutely no idea what to do with you. So, I have a bucket."
And he like literally has a bucket that's full of the meat, and he's like,
Aurora's paying for this, so feel free.
he's like, oh, thanks.
Go
It's
on,
a-
my boy.
It's a
Go
little
ahead,
early.
yes.
It's a little early, but anyone can get drunk at any time. I really don't give a shit, so if you want more, let me know, but those are not on Aurora. Only the first one.
Fair enough.
He makes his way back down.
Excellent.
Buntus takes the
That was
bucket
interesting conversation.
and like sips it. He's like, oh god. He puts
What
it
is the
down on the
pasta?
floor, and he's like, that's horrible. That's really horrible.
You don't like
Rick is
women?
going to jump in and take a drink too. Take a swig.
It depends on
Same.
you if you like sours. If your person likes sours, but it's a good sour. If you like sour,
Dom
it's a-
doesn't, but I'm gonna decide that Chiron does. Dom can't stand sours.
After a few little He takes a few sips. When he's drinking this, you guys find it really strange. It's very much like you'd expect one of those stuck-up wine tasters. Like, excellent. He goes, this, the right perfect amount of sour. The intricacies of the taste, it is almost like it's all divine. And maybe it came because it came off divine. Good.
Wait, is this sincere or is it like fake pretentiousness to try to act like he's the expert? He's like, oh yes, it has the very oaky.
It's the divine. It tastes divine because it came off of divine.
Oh no, I got that part.
Okay, yeah, that
I was asking him if he was
Oh.
if this was a sincere like I am an expert or it's I'm pretending to be pretentious kind of thing.
No, he that is a learned behavior from somebody in his clan. So he goes from this really gruff to like putting the little finger out as he drinks and shakes around the glass a little bit and swirls it. He sniffs it a little bit and says, "This is good stuff, my friends.
It is.
I would
Yes,
make
I'm
tiny
very fond of
change, but pretty good."
And with that, we will cut our way over to Mordecai. Mordecai, you end up coming over to the blacksmith, who is both a blacksmith and a leather worker together. It is a gentleman, an older gentleman, human, simple hair that is salt and pepper, kind of pushed back into a braid. What were you looking to get done?
Yeah, so I pull out the like rolled up leather skin of the cloaker, and I just kind of like place it on the desk, and it's still, I mean, it hasn't been, dried or tanned or anything, so it's still a soppy, gross mess. And I just ask him if there's anything that, if I give him certain dimensions, if he can cut this into something wearable.
Oh, dear God. What? He like looks at it and he like starts feeling it. He's like, what?
Yeah,
What
it's a little thicker than a cowhide, which is like what I'm used to working with. So I didn't really know. I wouldn't be an expert on this kind of thing, but I figured you could like tan it and cut it and sew it and all that good stuff. It's beyond it's outside my wheelhouse.
He like starts looking at it. He's like, is this cloaker?
Yeah, long story about how we came to get that. It attacked one of our party members that just went up to it like an idiot and was like, "Oh, I bet this is a nice coat," and it wrapped itself around his head, and I had to save him. It was really embarrassing for the guy.
Okay, roll a deception check.
Shit.
So good though.
So he's like, yeah, okay, sure, buddy. So. Alright. Well, I haven't tanned one of these in a minute. Yeah, I can. What do you want me to turn it into? Some kind of armor?
I give him just like a basic measurements for like what would be like a small pea coat kind of thing, and some other like just some scraps of stuff, nothing like fancy, no armor or anything like that.
Oh yeah. Well,
fancy clothes more than like battle stuff.
Jeez, this is gonna take a lot of time. This is a lot of stitching. This is a lot of stitching, and
Oh, that's no problem. I could probably give you, well, depending on the price, I could probably give you like half down just so you know that I'm like serious about coming back and getting it. Yeah, I'm sure you had a policy like that anyway, but that's just kind of what I'm used to.
Yeah, that's mighty fine. Cool. So, let's do 75 gold down. I'm gonna pick it up 25 gold.
You know what? I will do the 75 gold down, and we'll talk about the other 25 because I want to make sure it's up to snuff. I might have to. I might be willing to pay a little more if it needs a little bit more, or maybe we talk down if it doesn't come out quite how I want it. But yeah, 75, I can respect that, and I give him I take it out, count it, and then slide it across to him.
All right.
This, I hope you know part of the reason why it's 100 gold is because you just fucked up my table with a bunch of disgusting slime shit, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You see my floors? And it's like onto the floor.
Oh.
I mean, like, I'm happy to be working with this, but now I gotta stop and clean all this shit up.
I completely understand. I would have. Yeah, no, I get it. I'd be the same way.
You are more than welcome to bring me any of your leatherworking needs. I just need you to fulfill one of my needs. Scrape this
Oh
up.
my.
Just kind of get all this off of the skin before you put it in your is your bag okay? You want I'll make you a bag. I'll make you a bag for free if you want.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you want to throw a bag in, it's a worn bag. I've had it since I was very young. But yeah, if you want to throw one of those in, that'd be all right.
Sir, that's fucking disgusting. I'm gonna make you a bag, okay?
But sure. It's just like, yeah, no, that's pretty gross.
Yeah. That's gonna smell like shit. Alright. I don't know what's your name? Let me have a name.
Mordecai.
Okay. Alright. Come back in maybe like 3 days, 4 days, and I have your little coat for you.
Fantastic. I really appreciate that. And great. What was your name? Sorry.
Sam? Are you not
Sam.
from
Well,
here?
it was.
I didn't mean
Oh
I
no,
don't
we're
recognize-
from. Yeah, we're from out of town.
Oh.
That's actually how we found this particular skin was on the way here. It's a kind of a long story. Probably boring to you.
Alright, well, my name's Sam.
Then Sam, I got one quick question for you. Two quick questions. One, do you have like a card, or like, are you gonna like put your own stamp on there? Because assuming that the work is good, I'd like to tell people about it, make sure that I can send people your way. And then
on the back of the collar, I'm gonna put a seal.
Fantastic. And another question. I just have one real quick stop to make after this, and I gotta meet up with some friends. Is there like a Fletcher around here, someone that makes bows or maybe sells bows? I don't need anything expensive. Super, super cheap.
Nah, we don't got anyone that makes bows. I'm sorry. We have someone that comes around with a caravan every once in a while, and that's how we stock up on the arrows.
Oh, all right. No, that's fine. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna say my goodbyes and then head back to the bar.
Yeah, you head back to the bar to find all of your friends. First of all, the first thing you see is just Buntus standing there, and there's a bucket next to Buntus that is full of liquid. He does not drink, and everybody else is enjoying sours, depending on what you wish.
Hey guys, are we ready to knock out this thing real quick and then go straight back?
Yeah, about that. Feyman, can we get a mug for our, and then we'll just use what's in the bucket. It'll be fine. Please.
But that's another mug I gotta clean. Oh, all right. And he whoop, and the mug
Nice.
floats up to you guys.
It's a sour. Buntus doesn't. That was for Buntus. He doesn't like it. So you can just.
Why would anyone drink anything sour? I don't understand.
Did you all take some of the bucket, or am I just
No.
the one getting Buntus backwash?
Oh, okay.
I look at you. I give you one of these like. Don't act like that's not a thing that would happen. Oh, it's a sour. I have a thing. I'm gonna go see if they have something a little stronger than a sour, and then you can fill me in on what's going on. I'm just gonna look through that. I'm just gonna go up to the bar and just try to get like a double of like scotch or a whiskey or whatever they would have that's not a sour out of a bucket.
This is the first time. Well, you've been around aristocrats a little bit, so you can tell me if you've ever seen an Eladrin before. But he has the amber, the auburn hair with the amber eyes and like a little bit warmer of skin tone. You want something stronger than our sour? We got a little bit stronger of a mead, a honey mead, and then we got liquors too. But we don't make our liquors. We get them from somewhere else.
Oop, that's the wrong button. There we go. What kind of liquor? You got anything I could just give a couple sips on? Nothing. I'm not trying to sip all night, but just something I can just.
Oh yeah, sure. We got some. I think we still got some of that rum. It's like coconut rum.
All right. A little sweeter than my usual, but I'll take it. That'll be fine.
Yeah. Pours you glass coconut rum. Are you?
I just take it and head back over. Yeah, I'm with them. They said they were paying for it, and I just head back over. Before he can even respond, I'm just like, yeah, no, they got it, and then just whoop, right over there.
As Mordecai sits down, Bunches is like, so we have a plan.
Oh, he doesn't know that we have a problem before we have a plan.
All right, so you were saying that we were going to do this thing real quick, go back, and finally be done with all this. All right, what's going on?
We didn't say that at all.
Oh, I must have misheard. But so we have a plan.
We have another thing that we need to do for Aurora before she'll tell us where we can go and get the crystal.
So we're doing a thing and then a thing to get the thing we need for the thing we other need?
We sure are.
What I don't get is I thought she said Seathern knew already.
You know, that's true. Sathrin.
Yes?
You know where we can get a... You know the place that she was talking about, where we could get a crystal of pure good?
Well, to be fair, I didn't know that we were heading this direction until we headed this direction. It's been a long time since I've been in these parts, and
yes,
I had come to recognize a few places and a few things, and that led me to believe that the place that she asked me, what do I know from around here? And I told her about the abandoned church, and she said, oh, you know the abandoned church? And I said, yes, I know the abandoned church and the catacombs underneath it. And then she handed me back.
Apparently there's an abandoned church.
With catacombs.
With some catacombs.
Underneath. She tells you to say that too.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. With catacombs under it.
So Sathrin knew where these crystals were we needed the whole time?
Sathrin wasn't sure that we were coming this way. So
I understand.
What I'm coming to understand is that Sathrin is very context based. Doesn't always. Not sure is, and this is not an insult. He said, Sathrin or Chiron says, I don't know that Sathrin can make the heuristic leaps that we do when deciding what information is relevant.
Yeah. A good way to put this is like, I tried to find, because I was like, okay, a sentient item can't be like literally sentient. Because then it's just like, it's like an NPC. And so it's like, how, because like some can be and some I didn't want Sathrin to be that.
Yeah.
And I just realized I've been using the wrong pronouns this entire time and I'm upset with myself. But they are not like fully sentient. So basically, they only output information when you input information.
It's like moderately aware.
Yeah. It's kind of like an
okay,
AI.
Yeah.
An AI can't create stuff on their own. Like they can't, Sathrin, they can't say, oh, watch out. But if you say, is there anything that I should be worried about? They will say to you, oh, there's a trap right, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
Google.
Here's what I found.
Google.
Oh, it's not.
Here's
It's
what I
not
found.
like Navi. It just says.
Oh, damn it! Sorry.
Results in your area for traps.
Yeah, my phone just started to answer me. I'm like, no, damn it!
All right. What does Ask Sathrin say now? All right. So,
yeah, seriously.
All right. So he knew, but he didn't know. And Evil Hat say what? Did he say anything?
They did not say anything.
Hey, okay. I'm just checking.
So, all right. So we have a bit of a conundrum in that. Well, What Aurora's asking us to do is not really that complicated or time-consuming. There is a small band, I believe 3, of these odd, even for frost giants, that are damming up part of the snowmelt streams that come down that that Lilliton uses to make their health potions. And periodically, Aurora needs to go up there, face down some giants, break the dike or dam, whichever it may be, and then come back down to town. She wants to verify our story with Liu.
Go.
And while she's verifying the story, so that she has time to do so, she has asked if we would go and take care of this problem for her. She also seemed a little reticent to tell us where we needed to go. Something about having a bad experience there and losing her arm.
I'm gonna just like the last of the rum, and I'm gonna be like, the last real quick thing we went and did was dropping off a turtle, and that took quite a long time and led us to here. Are we sure this is going to be a there and back? Because I know we were on a time schedule. I'm sure y'all would have brought that up, but
I did bring that up, actually.
It was brought up, yes.
All right. Well, then.
It's Buntus. For people our size, about how long a walk is it to this spot?
Oh. To their house?
Ish.
From here?
Yeah, thereabouts. Rough guess.
If you follow the river, it's not gonna be that long. Maybe like it's really not that long. I mean, maybe like an hour. If you don't follow the river, however, and you go the road, it's gonna be much longer because we gotta go find the road. But the road is actually like it's not walking uphill. It's not walking up steep hills, I should say. We might be climbing at some points.
Yeah, so I was going to say, is there a particular benefit to going the road rather than the river, even though it takes longer? Easier terrain?
Climbing. The climbing part.
Well, climbing does suck.
So it's rather not have to do that if we do not have to.
For those of us who skip arm day and leg day and every other day, climbing sucks.
So it seems like the river would be the faster option because we don't have to find anything. We can just follow the river. If it's an hour away, we can kill an hour, and that's easy.
She did
Sounds
say
about
she
right.
just needed the time to check in with Liu, and I would guess the way that she would check in with Liu would be like telepathically.
Some form of sending, perhaps.
Is it daytime or nighttime? I can't remember where we're at right now. Oh yeah, it said it was
daytime.
morning, right? This is early to start drinking. Yeah, do we want to just go knock this thing out real quick? We've still fairly well
Might
rested.
as well.
Yes, I don't have a problem. We just wanted to, confab and.
Yeah, Brick, are you all right? I know you still kind of wore down from fighting that boar earlier.
Lord Dome, what is wrong with you? I am strong as ox. Definitely stronger than boar.
It's not as strong. All right.
Not as strong as boar, apparently.
So he kind of like Buntus kind of takes his fist and kind of puts it on the thing and like we're actually gonna be infiltrating. We're gonna be tricking them. So we won't be doing any fighting.
Wait.
We won't be doing any breaking.
That's the rest of the plan. Is that Buntus and Brick are going to distract the frost giants while we destroy the dam.
Did not forget that part of the plan, I promise.
What can go wrong?
Why would you say that out loud?
What is wrong
The
with
universe can hear you, Mordecai, and you damn well know that.
Koji works. Why would you do that?
Buntus kind of gets a little upset, like, no, it's really gonna work. I promise, it's gonna be a good plan. I'm gonna pretend like I'm here on behalf of my uncle, and that this is my uncle's slave. I should come up with another word. Indentured chef. Indentured chef.
Manservant.
Wait, do I
servant.
get to be indentured servant?
No, because you're gonna.
Can't
you're
I
gonna
just?
That's why you need the recipe.
Well, probably because you're not a giant. Yeah,
Okay,
and
yeah.
they're not
But
going
you
to.
speak
I can't
giant.
just be chef. This is true, but they can't just be chef.
They wouldn't
People hire
hire
chefs.
Brick. They wouldn't hire you as a chef. They
I'm great. Why wouldn't they? That is
because
I would like to
because
see
you're
the
not
hire.
because you're not a giant, and they would hate you. It's not. It has nothing to do with your skill.
They would want to
Not
subjugate
giants?
you into service.
They do not sound like good people, I think.
They're
No,
not.
They're not. No.
That is the.
They're not. They're not
What
good
do I
people.
want? Why am I cooking
Oh
for
yeah,
them?
this
No,
is a
you're
great
not.
plan.
You're not cook. No, and then
You're not
like
going to actually.
you see a light bulb go off in Bunches' head. He's like, no, we're not cooking. They don't deserve the recipes that they have, and we're stealing.
Damn
them.
right, Buntus, my friend.
I just
Yeah,
picture
well,
one of those little
triple.
bulbs that like struggles to turn on.
That's literally Bunches. Like, we're tricking them. We're tricking them
Oh,
into
I
giving
got
us their
this.
recipes.
Just
Okay.
to
I can
clarify,
do this thing.
Buntus and Brick are going to distract them.
With the chaperone.
That's the idea.
right? What do we have?
Maybe.
So even if they mess this up, it's still going to be a pretty good distraction. All right, I'm back on board, and then we're just going to go, but destroy a dam. That sounds
Yes.
easy enough.
That is the plan.
Brick suggested that they have a chaperone, so that things don't go too far awry, and suggested that Sathrin be the chaperone.
Oh,
I think good
swell.
idea.
But I would rather nothing bad happen to Sathrin.
Wait, why do you think something bad happened to us?
Wait, hold on. I just want to point out the fact that he just
You're
went right
okay
past
with
the fact
that?
that we are not worried about Brick or Buntus getting
No,
hurt.
it's
He's like-
it's just they can actually defend themselves. Sathrin can't.
Satan cannot.
we wouldn't
That
want
is what I'm
anything to
getting at.
happen to the hat.
Because they can protect themselves.
I feel like it's just dawned on me. The chaperone, I suppose, you want to bring a chaperone in case like you need someone to like do the talking to get you out of a mess. Is
No,
Sathrin the
to make
be-
sure
like,
we don't forget the job.
You think you're gonna forget the job?
Well, I don't know.
I look at Brick.
Buntus, what do you think?
Do we have to all survive this one too? Because if not, we should go do it.
The Buntus already forgot how to talk.
I didn't forget how to talk. I just.
No, it's we're working it out. We're working it out. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we are sending two
I
of our
just thought it'd be a good
three
idea.
like physically strongest people. I'm sure. Honestly, if something should go wrong, I know you two can handle yourselves.
Mhm.
But we may want a way to communicate. But you know what? I could send Leopold with you guys, not as the chaperone. I'm off of that for a minute. I could send Leopold with you guys just
You
to
would
keep an
trust
eye on
Leopold
you,
with me? Wonderful. I think that's a perfect idea.
flying far overhead. Because I know you don't have a bow and arrow. Just to keep an eye on you guys. But I don't know. Do we want to do a chaperone thing? I don't know. It might take more than just two of us to knock this thing down.
Hey, Chiron, just do me a
Yes.
favor and roll
dear.
me a persuasion check. Just do me a favor. Roll me a persuasion check.
Just a random persuasion check.
Yeah, just a random
Who's he
persuasion check.
persuading?
Okay. Just normal, no advantage or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
You've got this.
Okay.
Hey.
So, throughout all of this chaos of like trying to figure out how you're going to keep up with each other while you split up, Sathrin's, you hear Sathrin's little chime like come into your head and say, "Do you need a way to communicate with one another while being far away?"
That could be very useful.
Well, you've all gained my trust, and it's very clear to me that I am going to be able to observe very exciting events upon your head, and so, in order
is
to
very
stay upon your head, and all of you at once feel Sathrin pull into your mind, And to all of you at the same time, she says, well, I am unable to allow you to communicate with each other individually. I can act as a waypoint between all of your thoughts.
A hub.
Oh, this is weird, and I like it.
About how far would you say the range of your abilities,
This
Sathrin?
plane.
I'm sorry, what?
This plane.
So,
So
we all hear her, right?
Yeah.
She
You all
said,
hear
"This plane,
Sathrin
my
whispering.
friend."
Yeah, this doesn't seem like bad magic. All right.
You
Why-
can communicate.
Wait,
with any of
Take
us.
a doubt with you.
You can
Can
communicate
you
with
hear
any
what
of
I'm
us.
thinking?
Yes, I can.
Anywhere on this
problem.
plane of existence.
Yes.
Are you thinking untoward things, Rick?
Ooh, Baudry, better not be thinking about that one-armed girl.
No, but I have ancient family recipes that are hidden, and now Sathrin can tell people. Not good. I'm trying not to think about it. The more I think about it, I think about it. This is a very big problem.
Exactly the same with me, but with the other thing.
Chiron drains
Sathrin's
his
gonna need
beer.
to clear his browsing history.
I can only think thoughts that you want me. I can only hear thoughts that you want me to hear. So you have to specifically summon me in order for me to hear your thought.
Oh.
Just
you
as
don't
Chiron
hear-
does upon his head.
Favorite net recipe. Okay. I get this.
We say like, "Okay, Sathrin," and then you're like, "Ba-ding."
I just realized I literally made Google Home.
Yeah, that's yep.
Fantasy Google Home.
I literally
It's
just
funny.
made Fantasy Google Home.
Little
I
bit.
didn't mean to
Little
do
bit.
that. This has been a thing
That's
about
okay.
Sathrin. This has been
But
a
you
thing
did.
about
Oh, we believe
Sathrin
you.
for like since her creation. She has always been supposed
Okay.
to, because like I don't like the pearl links. I don't like the earring thing. I wanted like an interesting way to have like party, because like at some point you need party communication. You need it, and so you need cell phones or something like that. And so
Spell
this
Yeah,
was this was my solution.
Spell.
But it was supposed to be something that was going to happen whenever you guys earn her trust. And I will tell you right now, it was a 15. You had to roll a 15 on persuasion in order to earn her trust. Or in order to
Nice.
have successfully earned her trust at this point. So
Yeah.
Also, this is
There
like
are
a
stones.
really random tangent. While there was a window, I don't have any way to make it into more of a scene because I don't think he'd do much because he's not as freaked out after talking to the dragon. But Brooke has not spoke. I think he's the only one that hasn't spoken to Sathrin so far. Brooke refused to put the hat on previously.
Oh,
and it's
really?
not-
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Right.
No,
All of a
never
sudden, you
spoken to
hear a
Sathrin.
voice in your head.
Yeah, but like I don't think he'd freak out like he would have before because he's
That's
spoken
true.
to the dragon now. So I think he's just sat like.
Get-
Just
little-
awkward and
I
uncomfortable.
can imagine
Yeah.
Brooke being like, "It's getting awfully crowded in here."
Yeah, literally. I got too many voices in here now.
Oh man.
what did you want to say, Brick?
Rick don't remember.
I'm sure it was.
This is why he needs chaperone, I think.
I
Well,
am
alright, so-
the chaperone.
Yeah, so now you have Sathrin that can hear what you want them to hear, and we can hear what they tell us that you tell them to tell us.
Yes.
It's like can on a string, essentially, kind of.
Indeed.
It's
What?
like the telephone game meets can on a string.
What does a
Uh,
telephone or can?
oh yeah.
Not
I
important.
mean,
we
Letter
forget everything-
reading.
Forget everything I just said.
Anyway, so yeah, you can tell them, they can tell us, we can tell them, they can tell you. This will be fine. And if anything goes wrong, we could probably be there in like half an hour or so, depending on if we're like taking a break.
yeah, because that's the
snack or
thing.
something.
We don't know how far from the house is the dam that we are going to destroy.
Oh, it's like 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
so
That
we
is
can be
lovely.
there in
Well, I mean, it's lovely until like sound travels really far because there's no trees.
So if you hear the sound of a dam breaking, that's when you guys need to get out of there. Ooh, can we use
Oh no,
a
it sounds
special
like
word
you
now?
have a problem. We should go.
Can we use a special word that lets you know that it's time to go? Like
Pineapple.
like pineapple. That's it. I have that for something else. Never mind. It doesn't not important.
Flugelhorn. No.
Oh wait, what was the one we came up with last time? No, what was it? Not tumbleweed.
It might have been tumbleweed.
I forgot what it was. Damn.
Anyway, well, we don't need a code word. We could just tell Sathrin to say,
Oh yeah,
hey.
they can't hear it.
Yeah. A code word is irrelevant when only your target can hear.
Sarsaparilla was the word.
That's what it was.
Sarsaparilla.
All right. Well, so it
I
sounds
love
like we've
this
got.
plan, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah. Should we? We gonna do the thing?
I think we should.
There's no reason to wait, right? She's gonna.
No.
We can just meet her back here. We can go now. She's not going with us, right?
Yeah, I
Correct.
think we do it.
All right. Look. All right.
You
On
see,
three?
like, Buntus has been, like, really quiet, because, like, Buntus also has the voice in his head.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And,
They're in my brain.
Buntus kind of, like, looks at all you guys and kind of smiles, and then all of you feel in your minds Sathrin pop in, and Buntus's voice goes, yeah, let's do this thing.
3 too many.
Oh, I don't like that. All right.
Too many.
You are getting it. You are getting it.
And then that was from Buntus, and then
Yep, we. So, wait a second. I would like to. So when you say that you can be the intermediary, it's literally passing our voice. It's not we tell you and then you relay.
Buntus just sent us a voice memo in group chat.
Seriously.
It's essentially a voice memo in group chat, yes.
Oh, that's excellent.
It's essentially a
This
voice
is-
memo. I can send it to an individual, but I can also send it to the group chat if you like.
No, that's wonderful
Sorry.
because then we don't have to worry about losing anything in translation.
Yes.
Oh no, this is wonderful.
This is
All right.
perfect.
Sathrin, I thank you for your trust. I truly do. I know we're making jokes about it, but seriously, thank you. I personally am honored.
You are a very cool hat, and I am honored by this.
It's hard to trust people whenever you've been around for thousands of years, but
Well, yes, people generally suck.
you are
That is very true.
oh so kind. And you haven't tried to change how I look, how I act, how I feel, how I think. I simply get to look at the world and observe from atop your head, and I want to stay here.
You are beautiful just the way you are, Sathrin.
Thank you.
Message! All right.
Just try to please me. You never let me down before.
All right, let's do the thing.
All right.
I
So
am
Let's
feeling
go.
suddenly.
We don't
I
have
am
to
suddenly
close it
feeling
down,
very
right?
confident.
Yes, we can do this.
this is the first plan we've had where I haven't worried about it going wrong, because if it does, it's probably not going to be my problem. So we're heading out, right?
Yeah,
I think so, yes.
Well,
I had to find the appropriate music. So yeah,
I was
as
gonna
you,
say, Alex is giving us the. Huh?
I'm listening for the appropriate music. As
producer
you
is on there,
climb out, climb out of the barn into the open, you can see that the town is bustling, and sure enough, if you just look up, you see a very thin river that has been cut off into multiple sections, like by man. That is now fanned out and flowing into several lily fields.
By the way, I
But-
left a tip for Fayman.
Okay, but if you scoot a little bit more upward, you can see that there is a little creek, a little creek, going up and around and into the mountainside. And he goes, we need to follow that.
Okay, then.
All right, let's go. Let us do this.
Let us be off. Ha! Off to steal from giants. La 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 la.
So as you climb up into the lily fields,
I keep forgetting you guys can't hear me if I don't push the button. I'm going to have Leopold up ahead doing like eye in the sky stuff for us
mhm.
while we're walking.
So as you make your way upwards, as the half giant climbs up, because he doesn't want to use the stairs because the stairs are wood, he might break them. As he climbs up, everyone is kind of like, there is a fucking giant. Oh my god, there's a giant, and it's very interesting. to everyone that is working here, but nobody seems to be terrified of him anymore. It seems that word has gone around town that there is a giant in town, and the giant is actually kind. And he doesn't know what to do, and Bunches is just like, hi. Like he's just being very awkward. But as you travel upwards, oh god, this is steep, y'all. This is a hike. This is a hike.
Oh boy.
Chiron is not complaining, but he looks like he wants to a lot.
Safin's like,
I can still hear your thoughts because I'm on your head.
no, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
It wouldn't take much to read my thoughts right now.
And so as you're climbing up, you do notice that the banks of the creek, or the little river, are much wider than what the river is. Like, it very much looks like the flow is
Low tide.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
It's
As we're
damn
walking, yeah. I forgot we were doing the dam breaking thing. I was just like, yeah, low tide. That makes sense. As we're walking, I'm gonna talk to Buntus and just, hey, Buntus, I got a quick question for you. Not a quick question. That was a lie. I have a conversation for you, real quick.
Yeah.
You said that your uncle, I'm just as a curiosity in me, had an airship. It was like in a room somewhere, right? Could you? Yeah. We're friends now. We're friends. In whatever detail you can muster, could you describe the room to me and like where that is? And I pull out my book and I conjure my quill, and I'm just actively listening and taking notes.
Okay, so the Jarl has his main hut, and the main hut is a circle, right? And that has most of like the meeting rooms and stuff. Well, behind it, in the courtyard behind it, is his actual like living home. And next to the living home is his workshop where he works on stuff. And it's kind of his trophy that sits next to the workshop.
Oh, so it's outside.
Yeah, it's outside. There's a lot of trees,
Outside
but
behind
it's
next to
outside.
the workshop. Lots of trees. Okay. Yeah, just curious. I have a fascination with airships, and I'm just curious. And your whole giant life is very exciting. So I was kind of curious where a giant would keep something like that. So if one wanted to start this thing, like if he wanted to start it, does he just like leave the keys in it because it's his like trophy? I know it's not keys, but is that how that works? Like it's his trophy. No one's gonna steal it. Nobody needs to guard it, right?
Nobody's actually been able to like start it because you have to put. So essentially, how it works is it works on mana. It works on like the currents of the weave, and that's how it propels itself. But in order to start the engine, you need to put a spell into it that's like enough, that's powerful enough to like get enough energy into the engine to start it. So you have to like, like, you need to push the button. Push the button.
On a scale from 0 to let's say 9.
9.
How powerful of a spell would you need to start this?
One of the that is the best, like on a scale of jokes, are the best part of D&D in my opinion. I fucking love those. That's so good.
Like on the scale of 1 to 32, how bleeding out are you?
Oh my god.
So I would probably say like 7. But one of the cool things, one of the cool things about it actually is that well, at least according to like the books that I found inside of it that I wasn't supposed to read, but I did read.
And there's books. Oh.
I love that you read.
I like reading. I do.
You know how to read? I
Yeah,
did
I
not know
do.
that.
I'll teach you.
What? I can read
It's
already.
easy. Bunches is like, oh god.
My love for Buntus, I'm over misdemeanors. I would commit felonies for Buntus now.
Yes.
Bunches' face just goes oil red.
Grand Theft airship or something.
Yeah.
The thing is that if apparently whenever like poorer or less important people were taking the ships, they would send less powerful magi to power the ship, and so actually it's cumulative. So like let's say you do
like a 5 and a 2 on a scale of cantrip, 0 to 9.
So if you like do a 3, a 2, and a yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. All right, that's very interesting. Now I know more for the airship book I am writing.
Oh,
so thank you.
Yeah, I mean the book that I had was pretty helpful. I like that book a lot. It's actually still in the bunker at the Passover.
A book on airships?
The book from the airship, yeah.
From the airship. Is it like a how-to manual for the airship itself, or is it like a...
Sounds like an operating manual.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, operator's manual.
Yeah, kind of.
Fascinating.
It talks about like how the engine works and stuff.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time. I don't want to get too in-depth. I know we got stuff going on. Appreciate it.
But just like kind of walks for a second. And you're like, don't you have to go back to Yao? And he's like still walking.
Oh, tell me about it.
That means that you have to go through the pass again, don't you?
Yeah, we gotta
probably
go back up that way. Well, we have to go back to like 8 places at some point.
I can't go through the pass because I abandoned, so I'll be killed. But I can tell you where it is. Yeah. The book.
So yeah, you're gonna have to sneak back or stay here, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If do you want me to get the book for you? I would be more than happy.
I
to
thought
get
you wanted you said you were writing an airship book, so I thought you would like the book. So I was gonna.
Oh sure, yeah, absolutely. Where is it?
It's real easy. If you just go inside the bunker that is carved into the wall. Everybody else slept in the barracks on the left, but the first door on the right is actually a closet where we keep all the cleaning supplies, and that's where I slept. And
I knew it. I fucking knew he slept in a closet.
He slept in a closet. That's horrible.
Damn it!
If you go into one of the corners, there's a bucket that's upside down. Because I wasn't supposed to have books, but they're human-sized books, so I put a bucket over it. Nobody ever knew.
All right. And then, real quick, which hand is your left hand?
This hand?
Okay, just making sure that I wasn't going to walk into the wrong room. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And
as a person who has L and R tattooed on my hands to make sure, I resent that.
And my wife also struggles with left and right.
You know what's so funny? The only reason why I rose the correct hand is because I don't know which hand is right and left. I just know what's tattooed on what side. So I had to think like which side is the L tattooed on, and then I raised my left hand.
When I was younger, I used to always put my hand out and make the L with my hand.
L left.
See, that works really well until you're dyslexic and you flip letters.
You're like, yeah, that's an L. Wait, that's an L too.
So that never works.
Have friends. Me. I legitimately have friends who we say sword shield, like shield side, sword side.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, because I hang out with HEMA nerds, so.
I saw that TikTok of you flipping that guy though. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a pro wrestling workshop I was at.
Oh, with the body slam? That was cool.
Anyways,
well,
so you guys...
I really appreciate that information, Buntus. Now that I know that it is definitely in the room on the right, I will have to swing through there.
Wait, you said we're friends now, so I thought I'd give it to you.
For sure.
Yeah. And he, genuinely looks happy.
Chiron shoots Mordecai, do not fuck this up. You know that look.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it all the time, trust me.
Admu echoes the look.
There's a tone in these looks.
Save him, tell him it's fine, it's not a big deal.
You hear in Mordecai's face.
Sathan, tell him it's fine. It's not a big deal. That was from Mordecai.
Honestly, if it was me, it would have been like, Sathrin, comma, tell him it's fine. It's no big deal, period. Wait, damn, I don't have to say that.
All the time.
I do it too.
Seriously. All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail it quite that bad.
No,
We can
it's
keep
fine.
talking.
Oh, 7th level. Fuck. Sorry. I had a moment when that got said. Oh.
But it's cumulative. Anyways.
Yes, that is much better.
So, as you guys start
Fuel
making your
powers
way,
combined.
as you guys start making your way farther and farther up the mountain, you begin to notice, little light dusting of snow on the ground. Trees coming around.
Go back.
All this kind of stuff, and then all at once, the trees stop. The trees just stop existing, kind of all in a line. And the ground now is like almost mushy, with like it's almost like muddy and mushy instead of like rock. And you've been climbing for probably like 50 minutes now, and so it is incredibly exhausting work.
Chiron has put his coat back on.
Are we talking like wetlands mushy or like just soft soil mushy?
Just like soft soil, kind of like damp
Like
soil.
snow melt mushy?
Snow melt mushy. Yeah, so you remember how I mentioned that they're kind of weird? They kind of cut down all the trees in in the place that they call their area.
So they
don't
can
know
see
why.
us coming?
I don't know.
I mean, it's smart.
But that's why I'm here, for the distraction.
Yes. So what we should probably do is let you and Brick go on a bit ahead, so that, because we're following the river, right?
Mm.
Yes. So we're going to follow the river directly to where it's dammed up.
Mm.
So at what point should you two divert to go and find them to keep them busy?
Well, to be completely honest, we should probably take them inside, because if they see you guys, they're gonna kill you no matter what. So we should probably, come ahead and take them inside, and then tell Sathrin that they're inside, and then Sathrin can tell you guys, and then you can approach the dam.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Fantastic.
Oh, okay. He looks at...
Sounds like a good plan to me.
He looks at Brick and says, let us trick these bad people into giving us their recipes.
Yes, let us do this thing. I am with you, Bruntis. What is your name again?
He looks really confused at everyone. Let us?
Oh dear,
Did I
you're
not do it
taking
right?
on his sons.
Did I?
No, you did it right.
No, we don't have to do it.
You did it. You did it.
Okay.
Let us do this, Buntis. We got this.
So, as you go ahead and stride up, Buntis you see his, the whole demeanor kind of change. And he kind of, has this, more proud look about himself. And as you approach, you can see that there's, a couple of, shacks full of, stuff and, weird knick-knack shit. It's just, garbage, like wheels. There's, a pile of fucking spoke wheels at one point. And as you approach this house...
Are they hoarders?
They're weird.
Sounds like.
As you approach this house, there's just, shit. And, not literal shit, but, just crap everywhere. There's just, there is just, there's just piles of, bottle caps, and you're, there's, a bunch of tankards that are in, a pyramid thing. There's a pile, there's, some rocks that they, have procured. And Buntis is I told you they're weird. And, eventually, as you get close enough to the, to the main house kind of a thing, the main hut house thing, you see the scraggliest, stickin' boniest frost giant you have ever seen, with this, nasty, nappy hair kind of come out and start approaching you. Goes, what? Oh! Buntis!
Did we
getting
already
here?
split up? Just so
you
I
guys
I
already
know.
split up.
Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah,
missed that part.
we
Sorry.
stayed exactly where we were, and they went on, and they're gonna relay to us, and we're gonna.
Gotcha.
Hey, Buntus, my friend. I didn't know you had hags up here.
Essentially. And he switches to Giant, and he's like, hi, Fernea. We're here on behalf of my uncle, actually, because you've been so keen on getting an audience with him. He wanted to test you. Thank God that was a 16. The lady like just test me. Yo. Who is this? Who are you? What are you?
You pointing at me?
Yeah.
Apparently, I am servant to cook for you. I come for recipe.
Cook for me? No, I will cook for you. Isn't that our custom? Isn't that our way?
I don't know your way, but in the mountain peaks, we cook for everybody. It is our way of sharing the wealth of the world, I think.
You're from the mountains.
I love that Brick immediately forgot the plan. It was just like, no, I'm here to cook for you.
Fire giants are from, are you?
What? I know.
Yeah, the southern mountains are where fire giants live, which is where you are.
Maybe. I think so. Possibly. I don't have many giant friends.
Buntus is like, so essentially what we're here to do is to possibly, maybe, if you're good enough, grant you an audience with my uncle. But in order to grant you an audience with my uncle, my gentleman over here needs to procure your recipe book and write down in excruciating detail every single step, so that we may judge it firmly with our own chefs to deem you worthy enough of having an audience with the Jarl. I mean, like,
Is that your uncle?
yes, that's my uncle. Well, why didn't you just say so, little one? Now, if you would come with me.
I think we did.
Now, if you would come with me, we will go inside and I will show you my recipe book. It is quite fascinating and quite amazing.
I am very excited to show recipes. Do you trade recipes? Because I've got a lot, and I like to share my knowledge with those around me. Except for my family secrets, I can't. Obviously, I got to keep some back for myself.
Well, we do like to share recipes around here if your recipes are decent.
What?
But I don't know if your
Of course they are
recipes
decent. They are superb. They're superb.
I bet my recipes are more superb than your recipes.
Well, that sounds like cook-off, if you ask me.
Sounds like a challenge, if you ask me. And
I see
Buntus,
challenge accepted.
You start hearing her, which you guys can hear her off in the distance, shrieking in Giant, calling for what sounds like her husband and her brother to, like, come there. And, again, just the scraggliest giants you could have ever imagined come barreling out of the other side, out of, like, one of the sheds. She says, "We have been challenged to a cook-off." And the two of them are, "Cook-off? A cook-off? Who has challenged us to a cook-off?" Like, "This little half-orc."
This
Listen,
was me, and whatever you do, do not take me lightly.
"I will take you as lightly as I please. Come, we shall cook off." And they start taking you to the far side of the property, away from where you came, where you can see that there's, like, a cooking station kind of set up, like a place where the fire's made and where, like, there's a grill and all that kind of stuff. And Buntus says to Brick, "Nice, good job, dude. You got him distracted. Now, do your thing."
What? I just come for recipe.
Yeah, you're gonna do a cook-off.
Yes!
Yes.
I'm going to win.
And then steal the bad guy's recipe.
What? They just said they'd give it to me. My steal.
Like,
Yeah, let's win this cook-off.
That sounds good to my friend.
Oh yeah, we're not doomed at all.
I find
we're
that
doing
it's
great.
best. I find that it's best to take the path of yeast resistance.
Oh
Fantastic.
my god.
Let's go.
And so he starts going over to the cooking station, which is on the far side of the property. And with that, in the four of y'all's mind, you feel
We are securely in a cook-off on the far side of the property. You're welcome to do as you please. I don't know if I'll survive what I am about to eat, but I'll let you know how it goes. That was from Buntus.
Like I almost hear like one just over. Like, the eagle has landed. The eagle has landed.
You have to say over. Say what? Over.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, well let's I don't know how long we have.
Then we should make haste.
Indeed.
So as you now approach the property, you kind of veer off to the other side that is on the opposite side of where they're going. And sure enough, kind of there's just an amalgamation of things, and partway up the river, you see where it is. It is surely barricaded. The center of this barricade, the bottom of the barricade seems to be stone. Seems to be some sort of stone, which that is how some of the water is going through, because the stone, it's leaking through the stones. Yeah. Then on top of the barricade seems to be some kind of mud, and then an amalgamation of just objects. And then on each side of the barricade there are wheels, the little spoke wheels, the wooden spoke wheels, holding the entire barricade together. That is what you can see on first inspection.
Okay.
I just want to point out how nice it was to have somebody say, "Let's make haste," and nobody said, "Oh, how do we make haste?" It was very nice to have that lull of silence, although I almost missed it a little bit.
All right, well
I do not
let's
think I have this recipe. I do not think.
Oh, brick.
You guys cannot escape me.
All right, let's get a closer look at this.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
If you're gonna get down in there, go ahead and give me an investigation check. If you are not going to get down in there and you're gonna just observe from afar, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm gonna go ahead and make with the investigation.
Yeah, I'm not
Cool.
going down in that unless I have to.
Nah, yeah, we're good. I'm good too.
So 2 people can make the perception, or 1 person can. No, yeah, 2 people have to make because you can't do perception with advantage. So 2 people need to make the investigation. Yeah. So with a 13 and a 14, definitely what you're kind of like seeing is that there is some rhyme or reason to this. And this might not go exactly how you planned it at the first point, but when does it ever? Haha, fuck you. So you kind of see that the bottom is stone, and then built on top of it is mud. But it's not just mud. It looks like it's mud and like stuff. Like you see a locket in there, you see like a doll in there. It seems like they just put a bunch of their junk and kind of made like a mixture out of it.
Yeah,
And,
like the mud is mortar.
Yeah, and like packed it in and packed it in and packed it in. And then throughout this, there are these pieces of wood that go across it and nail into the wheels. And that kind of like is the skeleton, and Kate like it puts it all together. But if you pull on one of the wheels to see if you can pull it up, there is too much pressure pushing down on the skeleton from the mortar and like all of that stuff for it to pull up and just, get rid of the skeleton.
I'll look over at Chiron. Do you have any ideas?
Most of my skills I don't know would be terribly useful here, actually.
I have something.
I mean, if I'm just looking
may-
strictly, if I'm going strictly through the magic that I know,
Right.
We're just trying to knock this thing down, right?
yeah.
But the
I mean,
question
does it look
is
like
how
it's
much noise
trapped in
can
any
you walk
way?
in?
You know what? Is this thing booby trapped in any way? Like, can we try to figure that out?
You can check for that.
Well, what's that?
You can roll another perception check to check for that specifically. You just didn't check for that originally.
Yeah. And I am
Yeah.
proficient with thieves' tools.
Ooh.
Okay, then I'll give you advantage.
Sweet. So, perception or
Yeah, perception. Well, perception unless you're like touching it, like going up to it, then investigation.
yeah, as long as I'm all right. So I'm now that I'm like specifically looking for that, I'll like get up and try to check through.
Then that would be investigation.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's a little bit better for me.
That's much better for you.
Holy shit!
Much
That's a
better.
nat 20,
Score.
total 23. I mean, I know that, yeah. So anyway, that's a 23 on the is this thing booby trapped check.
So
Hey.
yeah, so you go ahead and check it for booby traps, and nope, this thing is basically built like a brick. It's basically I didn't mean to do that, but it's built like it's literally built like brick.
It's built like me.
It's built
Okay.
like brick.
So
Maybe-
we
maybe
just want
Blake
to.
should have stayed out here, and we could have used him to help break the thing.
So it doesn't look like it's
It's almost
Made to
like the
fail
dungeon
spec-
master made this suggestion for a reason.
but so
That's
it doesn't look like it's made to fail spectacularly if tampered with. Okay.
Do
Question
we
is,
just
how
wanna
much
knock him
noise
down?
do we want to make while destroying this thing? And will the
Well-
noise we make?
We'll have a head start.
Well, that is true. Yes. Okay then. And I
Oh,
kind of Mr. Miyagi it.
I want to ask
Before.
Buntus a question.
Mm-hmm.
No, so, Buntus, if, Sathrin, if you could please relay this to Buntus. Buntus, if this breaks very loudly, is that going to be a problem for you two, or will you be able to make some kind of hasty escape?
I'm gonna make this public.
What?
We're gonna add what do you think Buntus's what's Buntus's wisdom? Well, his wisdom's probably pretty high.
Oh, good God.
No, okay, so Buntus is like,
Oh, no. Buntus rolled a 4.
it was just to see if Buntus had an idea.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, I could. I don't want to kill him. Do you have to be loud? Do you have a way to make other noise? That was from Buntus.
Make other noise.
What if I
I'm-
did it from underneath the water?
I mean, I can make some pretty loud noise if need be, but it'll be like, well, wait a minute. I can cause, so I can make, I can create some tremors, and if we
Oh,
do that at the right time, we could make it seem like there was some random tectonic event that caused the dam to fail.
Can Brick hear this conversation?
No.
Not this specific one.
Okay, that's a shame.
We're not broadcasting this one just yet.
I hope you're
I-
getting
I-
ready for your glamorous description of your cook-off.
He is now.
So I'm pretty sure I know what spell Bodru is thinking of. And I'm assuming it's the very loud spell.
It is called Shatter, so yes.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going.
But if I do the tremors first, Oh no!
So
There's
I'm
a
thinking,
seismic thing.
And then
oh man, because
smash.
Yeah.
yeah. So I was thinking if you hit it from one side and I hit it from the other, but it would be very loud if I from one side. One side would be loud because I wouldn't be underwater like you would be.
But I think if we camouflage it with the tremors, this could work. Brooke, what do you think?
I like that
you've been very quiet,
I'm
and
trying.
that's
not
okay.
To,
But
I'm trying not to think at the moment.
why?
Why? What
I
are
got
you
a
doing?
lot of guys up here right now. I'll be real with you.
You have to direct those thoughts to Sathrin in order for Sathrin to hear them. You have to make an effort to reach out.
I do.
Yes.
Did he tell us that?
Yeah. We did
I wasn't-
actually.
I wasn't thinking when they told us.
Oh, but he did. They did tell us that. Yes.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I
I feel a
believe
lot
them.
better now. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've just
yeah,
been fol-
I really
I've just
wish
been
I had
following
insight
you
check that.
guys.
Oh, for the love of, we need to break the dam.
We're breaking the dam. We're trying
Okay.
to either be quiet or disguise the noise that we are going to make.
Mm-hmm. What's the working plan? You gonna do some magic?
The working plan right
Oh,
now
yes.
is I create tremors using thaumaturgy.
Mhm.
And then as the tremors are happening, Badru and Mordecai hit this thing with a shatter spell.
Mm-hmm. That sounds pretty good. I mean,
Because in
Yeah,
theory,
cool.
the tremors, they might think that there was some random minor earthquake that caused their dam to fail.
yeah.
Can-
what more do we
Can-
need? You know, as long as we get out of here in time.
Yeah.
So, remembering the fact that they are 15 minutes away, will they feel the tremors at all, or are you going to just have us feel tremors and then they're still going to hear the booms?
That's an excellent question.
How far does your
Because a
tremors
15-minute
go?
walk, that's
It doesn't say.
It's a
I mean,
ways.
the range of the spell. So it's weird. So the spell says range 30 feet, but there are effects in here that would absolutely go more than 30 feet. Like your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute.
Yeah.
So like I think the range is more for things like you cause flames to flicker or brighten. The flames probably have to be within 30 feet, kind of a thing, or like a smell or a sound. I can do those kinds of things. But one effect is you cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
So, am I remembering correctly that to run a mile is 15 minutes on average? Am I remembering that from middle school correctly?
It's a little closer to 10.
Yeah.
For mere mortals, anyway.
No, between 10 and 15. It's between
Well,
10
if
and
you're
15 because most people can
if
run
you-
a 5K in about 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
well,
about
if you're
2.5
figuring that
miles.
we're adventurers and we're more fit than average, then 15 minutes you could probably do 2 miles in.
Well, maybe some of y'all can do.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like in my army
No, but
days,
so-
like 13 to 15 minutes for a 2 mile is nothing. But not for me.
and I know
was
it's-
15 minutes.
I know, and I don't know. I'm not trying to like break anything, but like, thaumaturgy's a cantrip. I'll blow a spell slot to supercharge it for this.
Well, like the thing
if
is
that's
like
doable.
I know that I think it's to walk a mile is 15 minutes or something like that. And so if it's like a mile away, I would totally allow you to have tremors go out for a mile, but I would say that they would be at the end of that, so they would be very
Yeah.
faint.
Mhm.
But I would allow them to feel faint shiftings and faint little
Yeah, and they're supposed to be
So-
harmless. Like we're faking the damage.
right.
Yeah.
We're not
So I
using
would
it
say-
to cause the damage. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. If we know they're gonna feel it, then the smart move would be tremors. Wait.
Yeah.
Tremors.
Tremors.
Wait. Tremors explosion. Because then otherwise it'll just be like, oh, explosion and tremors both happened. They must be, oh, maybe the explosion caused the tremors. But if we have tremors hit him a couple times first, then thank you. Then perhaps it'll.
And we can ask Buntus to draw their attention to the tremors in case they don't. In case they don't
Yes.
notice. Be like, hey, did you guys feel that?
Whoa! What was that? An earthquake? Yeah, that's smart.
Oh
Have
no,
both of them
the
do
ground.
I haven't felt something like that since it knocked over a mountain.
Yeah, since the great quake of some year.
12.
Of 12. Oh, God. Since the great quake of 11D4. All right, how do we feel about this plan? I'm not trying to hijack the plan. I just...
you know what? I'll tell you what. I've not got a lot to offer right now. I only got these little arms, so.
I will say I now kind of regret the fact that we sent the two strongest people to do a thing, but I think that was still the smarter move.
I don't know how nobody realized what I was doing.
Oh no, I did.
Okay.
Oh no,
but I figured I figured it would kind of be fun to try to figure it out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, throw ourselves a curveball.
Sometimes the optimal thing isn't the fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true.
So you should see some of the shit I pull off when I'm playing Vampire. It's like, what would be the smart thing and what would be the fun thing? They are not always the same thing.
All right, so what do you relay to Buntus?
Maybe nothing yet.
Because
I don't want him. I don't want him to overact it.
We could plant the seed early and be like, "Oh man, on the way up here, I felt a bunch of earthquakes. That was crazy." And then long con it. You got to plant the seed early, and then you come back for the con.
Sathrin, can you send this to Buntus and Brick? Just send it to everyone. Just everyone who's here will hear it twice. Can you ask them if they felt any weird tremors or earthquakes recently? Because we did on the way up here.
As you guys are preparing for the cook-off, fucking Buntus is like, did you guys feel any, like, tremors or anything on the way up here? And the lady's like, what do you mean, tremors? I have too much stuff and too many piles for tremors to be going on right now. Things are in the works. They're happening. Things are moving. Why would there be tremors? Like, oh, no, I was just asking because I felt the rocks were kind of like shifting. There's a little bit of like rock slide, and like normally rock slides happen because like the ground is moving. There's a rock slide. This is not good. First the cook-off, then we investigate the rock slide. Okay, cool.
Mission accomplished, boys. That was from Buntus.
So,
right.
really quickly,
Right there.
we're gonna go ahead and no, actually, we'll let you guys break the dam, and then we'll go to the cook-off, if that's okay with Justin.
It is fine by me. Good food takes time to prepare.
So, is everyone ready? I mean, we're gonna, I'll just,
Yes.
we'll do the tremors a few times. It takes lasts about a minute.
Gonna start
All right,
wading
and
into the water.
Wait. We're gonna hit low, mid, or high. I figure low has the most pressure, so taking that out would cause the whole thing to go.
Yeah, I'm going to hit low.
All right, so we'll both hit like the same spot, opposite sides.
So, like, whenever you say low,
That's
do
a
you
good
mean that
idea.
you're going? So it's rocks at the bottom, like these like big rocks, these big bouldery rocks that are probably like, a foot or 2 feet, and then there is all of the cemented stuff in between, above the rocks. Is that what you're so? Talking about the rocks, or are you talking about like right above the rocks, like where all the cemented stuff is, like where are
Or
we
the
here?
seam, but like where the rocks and the cemented stuff meet.
Okay.
I'm asking.
I think he's asking you, Badger.
But you have to do me.
Yeah. Where do we want to hit this? Because you said low, but there are some rocks that are like 1 foot, and then above that there's some cemented stuff. And I was thinking like right in between, or do we not want to hit the rocks at all?
Maybe one in between and one with the rocks.
Yeah, that'll work. Since I'm on the outside, it might be easier for me to see. I don't know how you. How about you hit, and as soon as you hit, I'll hit, because then I'll know exactly where you're hitting. It'll be a little easier. It'll be harder for you to see where I hit. It'll be easy for me to see where you hit. So you cast, I cast.
Okay, yes, let us do that.
All right. Let us get booming or something.
Let us
All right.
cooking. Let us get cooking.
And so,
This is about to be dynamite.
Chiron stands, looks for a second, and just takes a deep breath, and kind of puts both like takes a knee and puts both hands down into the mud. It says "Tenebris Magicae," and hits the ground, and the rumbling starts.
Over flashing, over to the other side.
Thank you so much for that.
So as we flash over to the other side, Buntus is currently like trying to watch you guys like look all man like adulthood. As you are given a fire with a little thing over it, so you can hang a pot from it, and the woman, the female ice giant looks at you and says, "I will be cooking black bass. What will you be cooking?" Unmute.
That's it? You're making just one thing? No wonder you're so scrawny.
You don't tell anyone all of your secrets, do you? Right before you're going to challenge them.
No,
now.
but I'll tell you what I plan to make.
You're supposed to be the
I'm
old
going to
chef.
I'm going to make the Glory de Souffle combined with a little bit of side of the Kanaraki curry, which is wonderful. And then I'm going to top it off, and you're going to really like this, with a personal family secret called happiness juice. And I think we'll do some carrot nibbles on the side.
That sounds revolting, to be honest. I'm excited to try it.
As well you should be. And I might even toss an amara salad to go with it, to warm up the meal. I think I've got what I need.
Well, you
Ready
approximately
to
have
get cooking.
20 minutes. Will that be alright?
Well, I think it'll be okay. The souffle might be a little rough. It might need a little extra juice on the fire, I think.
I'm sorry, are you not capable of making a meal in 20 minutes?
Oh, making meal in 20 minutes is fine. Making a pristine meal in 20 minutes takes a little bit more pizzazz. But I've accepted challenge. I've got this.
I don't know the word pristine. Anyways. Alright! Are you ready? And the brother or the husband, you can't tell the two of them apart, to be quite honest. One of them comes out with a literal gong, and he goes, huh, huh, dong, and off you go. You begin your cooking extravaganza.
Yep,
If
he
this is a
starts,
movie,
What did you say, Happy?
I was gonna say if this is a movie, we would have said, "Are you ready?" at the same time and cast Shatter as they hit the gong. I just played in my head that way. I was like, "Oh,
Like,
that's
we're
cool.
gonna be doing the tremors a couple of times though. We're gonna give that a second.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
they
just
notice?
playing the movie of this in my head.
The tremors
they
haven't
notice?
happened yet.
Oh, got it.
I'm kind of like flashing back and
Yeah.
then bringing it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
definitely.
she prepares by just literally out of a pile of snow. She swipes off the top of the pile of snow to reveal a bunch of black bass that have just been chilling out in the snow and the mud. She takes it, slices the skin clean off of it, takes her hand that she hasn't washed, rips the spine out of it, chops off the head and slaps it on a stick and slaps it on the fire. While it's on the fire, she starts rubbing these like spices on it.
kind of to one up her. Brick reaches back to his big giant turtle shell walk, holds it over the fire, and presses the button on the rod on the handle that leaves it floating just above the fire as he needs it. He opens up his apron. He pulls it to the side, and you can see all this is like a bandolier full of like seasonings and juices and stuff. And like a magician pulling out cards, he's just tossing it in all different directions. The stuff is making noise. He's trying to make music inspired by Badru's beats as he's picked up a few things. As he's seasoning his the first dish that he's making appears to be this sumptuous blend of spices and a silky coconut milk mixed in a stew shape. The other is a set to the side. He pulls out this big stone bowl and starts mixing a variety of different size eggs that he managed to somehow keep protected this whole time inside the skull of a hobgoblin that he carries in his satchel. For that, and it's full of things to protect it. He starts glazing it, and the aroma just fills the air of, this flat bottom round souffle is going to be magnificent. He says, "You do not know what you've started." And then the last thing he's making is a hearty and delicious meal based on a flavorful and rich tomato sauce filled with potent spices in which an egg has been perfectly poached in the center.
Oh boy.
And you too can be a sexy wordsmith like that by going to critacademy.com and buying the stuff. Because that was fucking cool. I misspelled it again. I don't know how I misspelled it. Somebody else can fix that. But as you make this concoction, you get to the point where like you're beginning to like it's really beginning to thicken. As she's I don't know how to crit a cat. Thank you. It's an E? Oh, okay. As she's rubbing and she's like singing a little tune, she's kind of like like rubbing this fucking fish while her hand is like literally being like licked by the fire. You feel like a small cymbal rumbling, and Buntus for a minute gets really encapsulated in awe of what Brick is doing and totally forgets that that's not real. And he goes, "Oh, what was that? What was that?" The lady looks over and says, "If it happens again, we'll have problems." And she begins to like start taking like these quail eggs, and start mashing them together with some like greens and stuff, and like going back to the other three. The rumble has now settled for quite some time.
All right, let's hit him again. and exactly the same thing. Just Tenebrous Magic, eh? And he hits the ground again. We were gonna go for 3, right?
I think
on the
3
third,
was
I think that was
on the third rumble. Yeah.
Once again, the second rumble comes through as you guys are beginning to cook. And as you know, the pot thickens and everything's coming together. Bunches kind of like looks around again and is like, No, I felt that. Did you guys feel that? He's like, Sathan, ask the other guys if they felt that. And the Chiron and Badru, in your minds, you feel.
Ask the other guys, did they feel that? That was from Buntus.
Yes, Buntus, that's part of our distraction. I made that happen.
Oh God, right. I got distracted. I'm sorry.
There's going. Oh.
I almost feel like it would have been better to just be like, "Yeah, we did. That's crazy."
Right?
He's in on it though. I'm trying. I want to trust him.
Is he?
All
So,
right. And so
that was the second or third?
Second.
That was the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
you were
dealing
up,
with.
Yeah, you were up for a minute. That was the second.
You want to go ahead and do the third?
If there's no more cooking that needs to happen first.
No, we're good.
Like, I don't want to fuck with that. Like, I want to give them some time to get into some shit. If
No,
they want.
you're okay.
All right, are you two ready?
Start taking like deep breaths.
Got to oxygenate your blood, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna Sathan, let Buntus know it's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
So then I'm gonna hold the spell, and then have the trigger be when I see where he hits it from the water side. That's when I cast mine. So it's almost simultaneous, but not quite. Just because well, I guess we could do a 1, 2, 3 thing with Sathan, huh? But I wouldn't know where he's hitting. That's a problem.
I think there's a delay too, like because it has to go through.
Yeah.
So probably be best to.
So the
I like
idea
your
was
plan.
he hits, and the second I see where he hits, I'll cast it because he wouldn't be able to see underwater where I'm doing it. So yeah, so as long as we're all on board, let's do the thing.
Brooke, just in case, can you be if the dam breaks and Badru starts to flail downstream? Can you be ready to try to grab him?
Oh my god, that's such a good idea for me to actually contribute. Hold on, and then I like run over and go and get behind Badru. Yeah, okay, no problem. And I like grab onto you.
And I still just like taking deep breaths.
Yep. And like Chiron really does try to put as much into this one as possible. I know it's not actually going to be any bigger, but like he really does try. Like he's like really, like he feels like it's necessary to put as much oomph as possible into this tremor, and he really turns up the volume as much as he thinks he can. Tenebris magic, bam, and he like slams his hands into the mud as.
Alright, go
And
ahead
as
and cast.
he does that, I will and go under the water and will breathe out almost as soon as my lips touch water. And this will be fun for all of you
Shatter is so good.
older fun fans. What deep? And cast Shatter at 3rd level.
Whoa!
Holy.
Okay. Go ahead and
so
you're just
good.
gonna
Stupid
auto
button.
hit because it's an inanimate object. But go ahead and just roll the hit and then roll your damage.
It's a save.
Oh, okay.
Save, yeah.
It's not
Then-
even an attack roll. It's a save.
Go ahead and just roll your damage for me then.
That'll be 16 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And then the second I see his hit, I cast mine. Like, was I going just above or just below? Sorry, this is just my bad memory.
You're going just above, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so then as soon as he casts, I cast mine as well.
Okay. Go ahead. And I just need the damage. I know you're on your laptop, you're not on your PC.
There we go, yeah.
So, as you stick your hands deep into the mud, your fingertips pressing in, you really do feel like, even though it's not really, you really do feel like there's like a good amount of shake. Right as the two cooks are plating their meal, the entire thing begins to tremor, including the plates. The female whips her head away, whips her head around, and says, "What was that?" As dum. As you hit it from two sides and just essentially break its leg. The dam comes toppling down over on top of were you in the river?
I was in the river.
Was Happy in the river?
No, I was off to the side of it. I almost thought about saying, like, I'm going to stand in front of it. And then I was like, no, that's really stupid if this works. So no, I didn't even go down there to investigate it. I stayed back doing the whole perception check thing, too. So I didn't actually get down in there.
chung chung as the thing basically folds over on top of itself. The rush of just gallons and gallons of water whoosh, comes out. I am going to need a strength saving throw from Brooke to make sure that he can hold on to Badru.
See, I got you.
Seems like a good time to use an inspiration.
It sure does.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Nice.
Right.
You hold fast. You hold fast on one of the shallower parts of the river, holding on to him as you absolutely feel the river just go whoo, kicks his legs out for a helmet under him, the whole 9 yards. I don't know what you're holding on to, but good job. As that happens, the two male giants kind of drop the gong and they drop what they were doing, and they see that a lot like some of the piles of stuff they think have like fallen, and they start talking about that. And whenever the crashes happen, they all kind of forget about the cook-off ever existing and start sprinting in the direction of the dam. And you hear in your head,
Oh my god, go, go, go.
That was from Buntus.
Yep. Time to
I
go.
just want to say that we
Time to go now.
we fucked up a little bit because we had the perfect opportunity to river ride something out of here as our escape plan. Like, oh, the water's going, we throw a raft in and ride it down. I didn't think about that until just now.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
It's okay. Time to go.
Buntus sprints over to Brick. Is like, Brick, we gotta go. Brick, we gotta go.
Hey, should we get out of here?
Muted.
Do we want to?
Dustin, you're muted.
Brick looks up to Buntus and holds up his souffle that has been flattened from the rumbling. In complete and utter devastation, he says, "Somebody will pay for this. They have ruined my souffle."
Oh no.
And he looks pissed.
Dude, I know. I feel you. We gotta go though. We gotta go.
Do you know? Do you really understand the amount of pristine effort it takes to make this? It is a mastercraft, and it has gone to waste.
I'll tell
It
you
is
what.
destroyed now.
I'll tell you what.
I love it.
You can, whenever we get back to Lillington, you can cook me whatever meal you want, and no matter what, I will try it and I will eat it. You can experiment, okay? You can do the craziest, wildest thing, but we gotta go. I will eat all
right.
the souffles. Okay, and Buntus.
Have they mentioned at all that they're running
Define
towards us
inner
yet?
peace.
Yeah,
No,
Buntus literally.
Buntus said you gotta go. He did tell
Okay.
us we gotta go. So I'm going to assume that means they're coming this way.
Yes.
Buntus literally, unless Brick resists, he picks up the pan that goes on Brick's back. That's all that was used to cook. He unclicks it and picks it up. He picks up Brick and he just sprints. He sprints for the road.
Brick is holding on to the souffle. Somebody will pay for this death today.
And Brick just too many bees. Buntus just sprints for the road, and he says, "Sathrin, I'll meet up with them later." So you get the rest of you get in your. I'll meet up with you later.
That was from Buntus.
I love how calm it is after, no matter how fucking freaked out the rest is. Oh, I love it. I really do love it. Okay.
So are we just booking it? Is that the plan? We're just
I
gonna
think so.
run down,
Yeah.
jump in the water and swim with the flow of water.
I mean, there is a flow going on right now because I mean that it's
It's gonna be so cold.
That sounds so dangerous.
Oh my god! So we're just all right.
if
Booking.
you make real question now. If you make a tiny hut on top of the river.
I want you to know I already thought about that. I was like, ooh, Liam's tiny hut in the water. Would it go with the flow?
Max,
but I didn't
can
want
I
to
get
throw
a
anything too
rules check
crazy out
on
there.
that? Can I get a rules? I just want to know. Can I get a rules check on that, Max? Could you Liam's tiny hut on top of the river, and then flow with the river? Can I get a rules check? Thank you.
Because it says
I'm
it
looking it
stays-
up because I want to know.
I swear to God.
It says it
if
remains stationary.
Yeah, it says
Oh,
immobile
yeah.
dome of force.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
you're no way are you giving them a submarine
Mhm.
That'd be
or even
so
a battle
funny.
boat.
A battle
We
boat.
all live in a
Yeah,
force
'cause-
submarine.
So that's a good question because, like, if I cast it on hypothetically a ship, would it go with the ship as it's sailing? And then, how small do you want to put the definition of ship? As though if I put it on a piece of wood, would we then still go with it? Or if I cast it on a ship, would it stay in place? The boat goes, and now we're just hovering over the ocean.
Let me get some.
Jesus.
Let me do some googling, and I'll get back to you on that.
All fair questions.
Yeah.
So as you all jump in the river? Are you guys jumping in the river?
Are we jumping in the river?
That's so dangerous.
It will be the fastest way for us to get out of here, though.
That's gonna be
It's
the
all-
fastest way to die.
That too. It's either
In
die
the
this way or
distance-
die at the hands of the giants.
In
Or
the
die
distance,
tired,
you hear
ugh.
giants screaming, coming closer and closer.
Whoop!
I-
Swoosh!
I grab Sathrin and like hold on tight to make sure that like I don't lose Sathrin in the river, and you just and
You don't even have
and
to
he'll jump in the
swim.
river.
The
I know.
river just sweeps you.
So he's gonna jump in while holding Sathrin and see if he can grab on to like some piece of driftwood or something. And just
And I will say, although this was Mordecai's idea, Mordecai's not a great, like, he's an okay swimmer. Not in any way like an amazing swimmer, not even a good swimmer. He's an okay swimmer, so I'm totally just want to throw that out there for you, DM.
oh, I'm saying Chiron's a terrible swimmer.
As you guys are swimming down the river, in the river, we'll flash over to Buntus and Brick, and Buntus is just like running and running and running, and then eventually like he's far enough on the road that he feels like comfortably away, and he goes and he sets you down. I'm sorry, I just panicked. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Are you okay? This is to Brick. You're muted.
Listen, my friend, I am physically fine, but my souffle is not.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
Man, and his souffle.
and this is problem.
It is a problem. It is. Yeah.
No, I don't think you know that it is.
No, I don't.
But
But I trust you. I
our-
trust you. It's a problem.
so I don't consider myself the smartest of our party members, but I know when making plan there are 4 rules that you need to remember. You need to make plan, execute plan, expect plan to fall off the plate, throw away the plan. What did they do? They ruined my souffle. What part of that was in plan?
So they were supposed to break the dam. That was the plan. But I guess they
Couldn't wait
wanted
till
to-
souffle was done and tasted?
I guess not. Do you want me to taste it?
I have words.
I'll taste your souffle if you
It's
want.
ruined now. You can know I'm not going to feed this to you.
Do you want? You want to make another souffle?
At some point, maybe, but I am broken-hearted. It is. So, let me just say, I appreciate you rescuing us back there. It means a lot to me. But you better back off when trying to carry me again. You understand me?
Yeah, I won't I won't carry you again, I promise. I just panicked a little bit. I was scared for you. I was worried about you.
That's
'cause I care
fine.
about
No,
you.
I appreciate you taking care of me. So I'll tell you what. When we get chance, I'll make you Wu-Tang Clan. Okay?
Okay. That sounds good. I don't know what the others are doing. I have no fucking idea, but we should probably go get them. They're probably being stupid.
That is definitely that.
Hey,
I get that. Let us go. Those guys are real piece of work.
And
Chiron just like arms and legs around a piece of driftwood, just holding on to Sathrin like, this sucks and I hate everything.
you
Bob's on a
eventually
damn roller coaster. Woo!
You eventually do get spit out at this like waterfall that is where they start splitting off the different things to go to the different lily farms, and the four of you roll out, and there's literally like a farmer just sitting there with like a little hoe, and he's like,
What?
Well, the
Farmer
water's
definitely
water.
hears some-
That sounds like Goofy.
the water's back. I'm guessing that's you.
You're welcome.
Do you want some breakfast?
That was nice.
I keep forgetting to push the stupid button. As we go shooting out, can I see anybody else that's like getting shot out of the water?
yeah, it's like the four of you.
I'm gonna try really hard to hit Brooke with levitate, just enough so that he doesn't go like, smashing into the ground like the rest of us.
Okay. Brooke, you go off and you just like, boom.
Thank you.
The farmer kind of like looks up and is like, what the fuck? I'm a farmer. This is too much for
Can
me.
I get down now?
Yeah,
Chiron
as soon as I
stands
slam
up.
to the ground, I look at him, I drop the spell so he comes gently down.
Thank you.
Chiron stands up, activates his coat of cold resistance to hopefully warm him up and dry him off, and just.
You hear a faint buzzing.
Like the
Shake-
Back to the
shakes
Future
Sathren
coat.
out. Yeah, exactly.
My jacket is now dry.
But I like shake Sathren out, just kind of, gently. Don't want to like knock a bell off or anything, and then just.
I'll activate Sacred Flame in either hand and just kind of run it over myself.
Oh boy, that was fun.
You hear Sathan say,
I am wet, and I do not like it.
I'm sorry. We'll get you dried off.
See if Badru will let you use his hand dryers.
Yes, Badru, when you have a moment, Sathren could use some
Oh
drying.
yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Problem
I'm not
solved.
taking Sathren. I'm walking up so that I can get some of that too, because
Yeah, and I'm keeping it. I'm putting it as close as I can without like any hint of singeing the hat.
Don't worry about singeing me.
Oh, okay then.
you feel Sathan poke in your mind.
Oh, we're gonna take the road back, so we'll be back soon. 'Cause
Okay.
I took him on. I messed up. We'll be back soon. Okay, bye.
That was from Buntus.
And on this amazing face, that is where we will end tonight's session. Successfully thwarting my every attempt, as always, as every player does, as I love. Purposefully taking the two strong ones and putting them somewhere else, so that you guys had to solve a problem without brute force, with brains, not brawn. Good job, guys.
It ruined my souffle. I would not say that they used brain.
There's gonna be
Oh, this
serious
fucking
body
guy.
drama next session.
Someone did not use their brain.
He's gonna turn it into WWF SmackDown.
Who ruined the souffle?
Oh
That was
man,
an awesome game.
That was really
Fantastic.
fun.
shit like that
I-
is why when people ask me what my favorite spell is, I tell them like thaumaturgy, druidcraft, prestidigitation, like
Oh, hell
any
yeah.
of those
Oh yeah.
are always the top of my list because it lets you do
Yep.
insane shit like this.
Yeah, very versatile spells, or not like Fireball. It has generally one purpose,
Yeah.
But yeah, being able to get creative with spells is in a non-usual way is pretty fun. I do like
Yeah.
that.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, good game. I'm gonna go ahead and shout myself out. Hi, my name is Alex. You're on my channel. I stream on the weekends. We mostly just hang out and chat and talk about things like whether a gelatinous cube is vegan and what would be the most tasty sentient race. Surprise! It's the vegans.
But no, you're wrong.
We still need to do that. We still need to do that episode where we.
That needs
where
to
we
be a
serve
whole
you.
show.
I know. Where
Maybe
we
did you
argue
want
who's
tea?
the most delicious.
Are tieflings spicy?
Tieflings. I think tieflings were spicy. I think tieflings were like B or C tier. I don't remember.
Tieflings. Tieflings should be spicy.
I stream. I do TikTok. La 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 la. Follow me if you haven't followed me. Because we do this every other week, and it's a blast. And I am going to try to get a show for the other Fridays. So, anyways, I am going to go ahead and give my inspiration, honestly, to Justin, because the souffle. You know, I hadn't broke until the souffle, and then I fucking just lost my shit. So, like, that's where I'm putting my inspiration.
Oh, thank you. I have to say, that. Oh, I assume that's passed to me now, right?
Yeah, it's passed to you. I messed up on posting the.
I absolutely loved their team strategy when they started talking about causing earthquakes and stuff, and I was like, I have to make a souffle and bitch about it. You guys set that up as I was thinking of things to make, and I was like, yes, this is the opportunity. I absolutely. I want to send my my love to Chiron in his use of magical spell words and the emotion that he put behind it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he got with everyone he got progressively louder and more like serious about it, like a crescendo, and it was great. So kudos.
So for people who don't know, the spell words that Chiron is using are actually Justin's spell words, right? That's one of your products, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Words of power. That's
power.
How I did. I wasn't alluding to that, but to the fact that he was. Okay. Yes, it is a product that we made.
Yeah.
And
I love
anyways,
it. I absolutely love it.
Yes, it's one of my favorites as a DM. I use it a lot for my monsters and stuff, especially when it's a situation I don't want them to know what I'm casting, and they kind of gotta play 20 questions. Anyways, my name is Justin. I am one of the hosts of the Dungeons and Dragons talk show Crit Academy. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we sit around, talk Dungeons and Dragons. I'm really excited. This Sunday, we are talking Dungeon Alchemist, which is an AI generating 3D battle map. That literally can create stuff in seconds, and I cannot wait to talk about this.
It's so good. Glorious. I'm such a fan of that.
Yeah, and it's great, especially for DMs whose players go left instead of right far too often. You literally can say, okay, now I've got a whole battle map set up. Yeah, it's really, really fast. Also, I am obviously a D&D publisher. Me and my crew are about to release Extraordinary Expeditions, 10 modular adventures for your D&D game that will toss you into some moral quandaries that your players will never forget. Come check us out at critacademy.com. Chiron. I think I give you my point.
Throwing it to Chiron, right?
Yes.
Yep.
First of all, thank you for that. I really appreciate it, and I really do love I love that book. I saw you mention it in a TikTok, and I was like, "Yep, done. Add to cart." Immediately, and it's that little bit of flavor that, and it's something that I don't have to think about, which is great.
And the mention of flavor is because I'm a chef.
Oh Jesus. So yeah, there was so much good stuff. But I think just how I think the inspiration, I'll talk about me in a second. I think the inspiration has to go to Brooke for just being like, I have never had Sathrin in my head. Now I have 3 too many people in my brain, and just like I wasn't saying anything because I didn't want Sathrin to hear my thoughts. And just that whole, the commitment to that was insane. And then just genuinely being happy, oh, now I have an opportunity to, yay, I can contribute. Yay! So all that was awesome. So thank you for that. So yes, hi, my name is Dominic. I am on the talk. I am on the Insta. I am on the YouTubes. I have not been doing a lot with content lately. My life has been nuts. I'm hoping to get back to it. I keep saying that, but here's hoping. And my stream schedule has been totally screwed up because I'm in a play and rehearsals are a thing. So hopefully I'll get back to all that stuff very, very soon. So that's me. And so Jack, to you.
Hi. Also, so I mean, it's a pretty bold decision, I feel, on my part to, by design, have my character say nothing for like 45 minutes. Even bolder that I do it almost every session, but it's great. So thank you very much, Don. I am Jack, and I am on hiatus from content stuff at the moment, but I'll be back very soon, hopefully after my Iceland trip. I'm doing a lot of stuff on youtube.com under the alias Hoopsley. You got to be careful though, because it's right now there are two Hoopsleys. One is me, and the other is a basketball news network.
Oh no!
I posted your channel.
There you go. Go to that link. Don't YouTube search Hoopsley, because there's two of us. Anyway, this was like, I feel like every week we play, you guys get better and better at just making me laugh. I was literally in stitches like continually throughout this episode. You guys are absolutely hilarious, and it's amazing. I keep having little fits where I'm having to keep myself silent as I just giggle over it because you guys are still role playing. But I think for this one, I gotta give it to Happy. I think that I can't name a specific one thing. I just think that everything that you did today was so like, it slipped right in just right, and it like flowed so well. I think especially like the little, don't make the face, Dom. No face.
That's Dom.
That's the phrasing.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Brother, that's where it fucking lives. I can't help it.
Like the little fine touches for things, right? Like the little spat over jumping into the river, and then the levitate at the end. Just the sweet details.
No.
So thank you very much, Happy.
Thank you. Well, I am Happy. I'm on TikTok as Happy Heathens, and that's it. I do dad content mostly. It's just kind of random. I don't really have a niche. I do whatever, and that's all. That's all I do. I think I have some videos on YouTube, maybe. But yeah, that's it. You can find me on there. Happy Heathens, no underscore anymore. And I wanted to give mine to. Oh, it's different down here. Brooke, Chiron, and Badru, only because they were my pantomime brethren in the swimming in the river thing. Everybody's just like doing their part, going with the flow, and through all of it, like, and then the creativity of how to handle the dam. That was complete team effort. Like I just want to give it to everybody. This was an amazing one. Splitting it up was a great idea. Sending the two strongest ones to go deal with the cooking thing was a really fun idea. And then letting okay, you guys figure out how to do this problem without just punch smash and it's done. So I just altogether, I think everybody gets a sprinkle of my inspiration today. So I love all you guys, but especially Badru. Off to you.
Hi, I'm Sphinx Akasha. I am Circle DM on TikTok. I do so many things right now. It's kind of insane how I am just not exhausted all the time. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I stream within a game, playing Emerald Sanctums and Kingdoms of Mist, respectively. Emerald Sanctums is our World of Darkness open world game, and Kingdoms of Mist is our 5e homebrew, where that's inspired heavily by Treasure Planet. Every other Friday, of course, you can find me here with Alex, playing this amazing game where I get to be Badru, who is one of my favorite characters to play. And just interacting with these guys is just amazing. But on the Fridays when we're not doing that, I'm actually running my own campaign called Agents of the Circle with the ADH Adventures channel. My players are a group of agents who are in an agency called the Circle. Think Warehouse 13 meets the X-Files, essentially. and their agency has, within the last couple of seasons, been destroyed, and they're trying to find out who's behind it. And they're in the middle of a heist snapping, where they're stealing a person and a thing together from a place. Check it out. It's also a podcast. We're in our 4th season, so check us out either on ADH Adventures or wherever you get all of your podcasts. On Saturdays, I'm also with ADH Adventures, doing 2 separate shows on alternate Saturdays, or alternating Saturdays, I should say, doing Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, and also Heroes Arc, which is a lot of fun. And also, I am getting ready with Meister Hypester and Grim Songbird. We're releasing a podcast together called Madness in the Myth, where we talk about weird shenanigans involving mythology. So I'll have more information on that soon, but we will be releasing our first episode probably within the next month or so. So look out for that.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Our first season is dedicated to godly sexcapades. So, because the gods are freaky, and oh boy, do they get up to some weird shit. I want to give my inspiration to Alex, because the way she handled the group chat with Sathrin was so amazing. Like Dom pointed out earlier, like the most ridiculous thing could be being said in like the most like frantic or panicky way, and then just that was from Buntus. Just so calm, just absolutely calm.
That's gonna pay dividends.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the
hell
future.
yeah, it is. That was
yeah.
Oh my god, we're all gonna die! That was from Happy.
Well, like, because
So here
like,
for
to
that.
me, I totally understand the idea of like having the earrings or having like a telepathic, but like I thought that was like kind of boring, to be honest, and like done several times, and it almost feels like a ripoff of a ripoff of a ripoff, if I'm being honest. So I wanted
It's almost
to, like,
a trope. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And so I wanted to think, but like you really need to have communication across, and I didn't want to force anyone into doing mind link or telepathy or anything like that. And so I was sitting there one day trying to think of a way that you could like bring everybody together and like have everybody like speak to each other, but it was in an interesting way. And that's literally how I came up. I think it was actually for Justin's podcast. Did I not put Sathrin on your podcast? I thought I did as one of my magic items.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
It's glorious.
And so Sathrin is actually originally created for Justin's podcast when I went on there. And this whole thing, it was supposed to be like whenever you reach a certain level or reach a certain acceptability with Sathrin, like a certain like relationship with Sathrin, that Sathrin would unlock this feature for you. And it was supposed to be, and it was supposed to be like a fun little thing that like, it's like you could do this entire time, and it's like, yes. It's like, why didn't you say so? You didn't ask.
You didn't ask.
We just met.
But
Love it.
yeah, so that was kind of, I don't know, I like the idea of sentient items being more like AIs than like human beings.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Because there's still a lot of room to
like,
play with that.
Yeah.
I've played
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I've played a lot of D&D as a DM. This is pretty much the only time I've been a player, and this group have some of the most creative characters, play them the most creatively, and the DM has some of the most creative ideas I've seen as well. So I honestly, I went into this very skeptical with this, like, all right, let's see if we like it. Is it going to be just high fantasy, like run-of-the-mill, like everything else you've ever seen? And it is very much not, and it's definitely made me want to put more of an effort into, I guess, like being more creative and more effort into the game as a whole. So I just want to say, like, much love to all you guys, because if it wasn't for you, I obviously wouldn't be doing this. But if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't still be doing this for sure. So just wanted to throw that out there.
I think the world building that Alex does also is something that really appeals to me. It draws me in a lot, and it makes me want to feed off it more. I think Buntus is a perfect example, along with Satan.
Absolutely.
Hashtag felonies for Buntus.
Yes.
And I think
I'm
that's
definitely
also-
that meme of, if anything happens to Buntus, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself.
And let's see, find out if he'll do the same for you guys when when Brick figures out who's responsible for a souffle.
Uh-oh.
Wow. All right. Well, I just wanted to say that
Technically
I
all
think
of us,
that's
I guess.
part of it.
Technically all of us.
Even if we all were really great role players, if you don't have a good DM that's delivering interesting story that keeps you engaged, it'll fall apart. So
Yeah.
kudos to
Hundo.
not only you guys, but
Plays
also
off of
to
you.
Alex.
Yeah, because otherwise
Yeah.
it's just 4 or 5 guys and gals and others, and just hanging out, fucking around, and not doing anything. But having a DM that plays into that and adds creativity to it really helps. And though some of our sessions do turn into just us 5 guys fucking around, it always goes somewhere, and there's always something behind it. It's not just us bullshitting and doing nothing. So I really definitely appreciate you guys and Alex.
Yeah, I love you guys all. This is one of my favorite times because I don't get a lot of free time, so I really enjoy this a lot. And I was so close to having to leave, and I'm glad that I didn't, thanks to Alex. So
Of course.
I've said my piece.
All right. Well, before I start crying, we're gonna get the fuck out. Because that, like, literally after the week that I've had, just, literally being poisoned, and having, like, almost going to the hospital and almost being hospitalized, it really, really means a lot to me, you guys, and I really fucking appreciate every single one of you making such an effort to come out here. And, like, literally Happy is like, I gotta take care of my kid, but I'm still here, and it's just insane. And then, like, Jack stays up until 4 a.m. for this shit. I know. I appreciate every single one of you. I know that you all have, like, it is such a testament to me that all of you have just such crazy schedules and crazy lives, and yet you still make this a priority. It's just, thank you. Because this is my child.
That's fucking teamwork.
That's fucking teamwork.
All right. We're gonna get out of here. I love all your faces. Thank you so much for watching. And it's been almost a year. Next session will be a year.
What?
Holy shit! Really?
Right.
Yeah, next session
Yeah,
will be a
we
year.
had to miss a bunch of time, so it's only session 17. But yeah,
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We missed a holiday season pretty much. Yeah.
But I mean, I've never had a game not miss the entire month of December, to be fair.
yeah, it's always nuts.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, that'll be session 17.
All right. I love your
Nice.
faces.